Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa!
Oh my God.
They were sexualizing me before the show. Thought you guys should know. Okay, I too am a victim of sexualization on the internet. Calf muscle poppy. We got a legend in the building, but we'll talk about that in a second. We are out here. This is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. We got a special guest that pulled up. We may or may not convince him to come to the arena, but we will see. What's good, Gil? What's up with the glasses?
I don't know. I didn't put my eye serum on.
You hit the joint again? What you do?
No, I got my bags, man. People say I'm not sleeping, which I'm not.
You do about 47 shows a day, Gil. You do our show, you got the live, you got nightcap. Every time I turn on YouTube, Gil doing something.
That's a fact.
Going hard.
Working hard.
But yeah, this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. As always, we got the legend Gilbert Arenas.
Man, it's hot in here, man.
Fix your AC. Gil, this all stems from you. These are problems you created
It's hot
for us.
outside. Why are you wearing that?
I don't know.
Like, it's actually very hot outside.
It was cold in my room, so.
We got Lexi Brown back on the couch with us. Okay. Nice timepiece on your wrist. We'll get to that in a little bit. All right, you know, a little aura situation going down over here. And as always, representing Tough Crowd, we got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Head to Tough. You know, got some Tough Crowd gear myself.
They don't like me here.
They don't never give you no love. It's unfortunate.
They get tired by the time they get over there.
So here's what's cracking in the arena today. Joel Embiid made his return to the Sixers Tuesday night, but what did he show us in his first game back in over 2 months? Unfortunately, we don't have Rashad McCants here. The group chat was buzzing. Rashad has some opinions.
He did?
Gil, you seen it.
I usually just post and leave. I don't want to see his response.
Jokic and Wemby faced off for the third time this season, but how far away is Wemby from being on Jokic's level in the league? Might be coming sooner than a lot of people are expecting. And the Dameless Bucks lost to the Wizards. How concerning are the Bucks' road struggles this season as they get ready for the playoffs? Giannis has some thoughts we will discuss. But before we get into all that, as always, the show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you have not done so already, download the app, use promo code GIL, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Yes, you heard that right. If you download the Underdog Fantasy app right now and use promo code GIL, you get a $100 first-time depositor match, and they are still giving away a free pick'em to help you get your bread right as we get ready for Final Four, NBA playoffs, the WNBA season right around the corner. A lot of good stuff going on. And as always, we do Mostly Fans at the end of every show. If you drop a good question in the chat with your Underdog Fantasy username, and we use that question on the show, we will give you a $50 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account if you send us a video at mostlyfansgil@gmail.com, and we use that video on the show. You get a $100 bonus to your Underdog Fantasy account. Please keep it under 30 seconds. You already know we run long on this show, so we are trying to consolidate, keep everything going. But if you cannot watch the show live, it's on YouTube. We have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And we've been telling you the past few shows, so we're going to remind you again. Gil's Arena is going live Sunday, April 14th at the El Rey Theater in Hollywood.
Yay.
The El Rey.
The El Rey. Site of the infamous DJ Quick situation back in the day for those rap aficionados. You know, he got into it.
What who?
He was on stage doing this thing, and there were people out in the crowd trying to hoobang.
Oh.
You know, but.
So what area is that in?
That's Hollywood, Gil.
Oh, damn.
Heart of Hollywood.
Oh.
Lovely poster. Brandon, you put that poster together?
Yeah, that's hard.
Legendary. Very, very, very elegant. The entire crew will be there to celebrate the last day of the NBA season. Sunday, April 14th. Show starts at 6 o'clock. I know a lot of y'all been asking about ticket information. We have finally secured a ticket plug. We will release that information on tomorrow's show. So this Thursday, pull up to Gil's Arena. You can get your tickets for the Gil's Arena live show in Hollywood at the El Rey Theater Sunday, April 14th.
There's going to be a link? You going to drop a link?
They're going to drop a link.
Okay.
Starting at 11:30 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. The show is guaranteed to sell out. As previously mentioned, we will have security there. We know a lot of y'all don't necessarily love the things that we do on this show. PJ Tucker still looking for Gil.
He playing now.
But he looking for you still. He's still looking.
He got in the game. Huh? He can't pull it. He don't be at practice.
No, they play. They play the Rockets at 12:30.
So come after the game.
Playing.
The show will be in the evening. Guaranteed to be a good time. Again,
he gonna have energy.
All you fellas out there, bring your special work. And the men's Final Four is set with NC State taking on Purdue and Alabama facing UConn. And to celebrate, Underdog Fantasy is doing a $1 million airdrop special. So Gil and 3 other Underdog partners were randomly assigned to Final Four team on yesterday's show. Gil, you got NC State.
Oh, I thought I was gonna redo it.
It is what it is.
You got your pick NC State first.
Gil, you got NC State.
I know, right? I just pretended it didn't even happen.
So Jack Settleman has UConn, Jared Carabas has Purdue, and Nick Merckx, who was unavailable to join the call last night, got Alabama. Underdog users will be able to sign up for whichever partner team pairing you like leading into the Final Four. Those who are aligned with the team that ultimately wins the Natty will split $100,000. So what that means is 400 people sign up and they pick the correct partner and team. They will each get a share of the $100,000. That breaks down to $250 a piece. This is part of a larger initiative to airdrop $1 million more broadly during the national title game. So sign up now for a chance to win some bread. And thank you, as always, Underdog Fantasy, for always showing love. All right, let's get into the show. We're going to start it a little bit different before we get to the basketball stuff. So Metro Boomin is learning firsthand what happens when you go at Drake. So even before him and Future dropped their We Don't Trust You album, which featured a verse from Kendrick dissing Drake and J. Cole, the producer's phone started getting blown up with spam calls from the 416 area code, which is Drake's hometown of Toronto, also known as LeBronto for basketball fans out there. So Metro posted the following tweet with a screen grab of his call log saying, quote, "It all started 2 days before the album dropped, and all these 416 numbers would call me back to back a million times. It got so bad I had to keep my phone on airplane mode. Well, it got worse for him. In a series of tweets, Metro Boomin also detailed how his phone was hacked and Twitter account was hijacked. In addition to the hackers trying to order expensive luxury items, including janky Balenciaga boots and purses." So although he can't confirm that somebody on Drake's team is behind the attacks, he does have some suspicions. So, Fran, you're a resident expert on all things hip-hop and hip-hop beef related. What do you make of this entire situation?
That's funny. That's hip-hop beef.
It's the ultimate level of pettiness.
Toronto fans real friends. They real fans. They nuts.
Yeah.
Every time I slander Toronto, they coming.
416 calls?
Huh?
You get calls from the 416?
No, they can't call me.
No, you don't pick up.
No, I don't get incoming calls. No, but they be in the DMs like crazy.
How do you not get incoming calls?
You go to AT&T or your provider and say you don't want incoming calls, so they give you a number to like a dead number, and you just forward call it to like 00000. So I can only text. You can text me. I can text you. I screen.
What if someone needs you in an emergency?
I'm the last person you want as an emergency.
It's your kids.
Huh?
What's your kids?
What's the emergency?
I don't know.
They've been
They
hurt?
need their dad?
Huh?
Yeah, like they just don't.
They can text.
Okay.
I got a text last
have a
night.
special
Dad, I
call?
love you.
I'm the
I just texted her this morning. Meet you. A couple hours late. But I got it.
If it's an emergency, do not call Gil no matter what you do.
You don't have like an emergency line?
Nope.
Yeah, I think you lying. I think you got a line. You just don't want to give us the number.
I got an emergency line.
All right. The best is when you call me, I don't pick up, I got to text you back like, yo, I'm by the phone now.
I get the screen. Oh, yeah, that sounds like money. They want money. And because there's no incoming call, and if you call, it looks like my phone is always disconnected, so you don't know if I got a new number or not until I return.
Everyone just text you.
Yeah.
So how many times did it take people asking you for money for you to make the decision to eliminate incoming calls from your phone?
A few years.
Is that okay?
It's a few years. Like it just started because when you're playing, when you're getting into the season, and then people start calling for tickets. I need my tickets. Forgot my tickets. You getting ready to start for the game. My tickets ain't here.
You was fed up.
Then you sitting there like, oh, hold on, let me get your tickets. You talking to the ticket person, realizing you have a game, right? Your girl hits you on the road right before the game. Who's this girl? This girl come up, like, I ain't got time for that. So I started realizing that every day before game day, shit started happening. So I just eliminated all of that.
Well, I'm gonna have to do the same thing now.
Yeah, you're fed up.
You gotta do the same thing because everybody thinks I'm Gil's PR rep now.
And
Hey, can Gil come do this? Like,
I actually got an email about you coming on someone else's podcast.
I just want to see if Gil was available.
They want me on theirs?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I was like, what you emailing me for?
And a good one is, think about it like this. If you're a cheater, never have to worry about your phone, girls just calling randomly.
Gil, that's a very, very.
You feel me? You
Very,
never
very
gotta,
finite
you can leave
percentage
your
of the
phone.
community.
You can leave your phone anywhere. You ain't never got to go to
That I will never
and worry
leave.
about just these random calls. Never. Don't ring.
Just text.
Just text.
But no FaceTime either.
FaceTime be work, but I keep it off. Because this was created when iPhone wasn't in yet. It was BlackBerry.
So you can answer FaceTime.
Yeah, I can. If I turn my FaceTime on, them shits will come through.
Okay.
You learn something new about Gil every
FaceTime is
single
weak
day.
though, because it's not like it used to be. Like Skype, you knew what was about to pop on Skype. You knew when Skype called, it was about to pop. FaceTime, people just really want to talk. Like, I don't want to talk and
What's popping on Skype?
You too young for that conversation.
Skype was the thing.
Skype was the thing?
I've used Skype. Probably not for what you was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. Back
But I
06,
used it.
04, 05, 06, Skype was like, yeah. Yeah. But like, yo, I'm about to Skype you tonight. You be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know?
Yeah, I just simply
So FaceTime
keep in
don't
touch
work
with my
like you.
friends in different states. My AAU teammates were in a different state than me.
Oh, yeah. Man, you was using it for correct.
I mean, I was a child, so.
Well, in regard to this Metro Boomin potential Drake OVO situation, try to keep us on course every day, ladies and gentlemen. I wish y'all knew out there how
Metro
different-
Boomin
We don't
wants
care
some
about
more.
that rap.
Gil does not care about what.
Metro Boomin wants somewhere. That's him, right?
Yeah, that is the person that we
The
were discussing.
person that we are talking about, yep, that is him.
But Gil, you like to do pranks, so what's the worst prank you pulled or seen someone pull on one of your teammates?
Ooh, yeah. I got Avi Story. So Avi Story, teammate out of Chicago.
Arizona State legend.
Legend.
He was a legend in Arizona
He
State.
wasn't? Okay.
Yeah, he was very active on the court.
Facts. He just bought these $10,000 rims for his truck, and that was his world. So his wife couldn't drive his car because the rims, right? Always clean them. It was like his pride and joy. And he kept fucking with me, so we went on a road trip. We was going to the West Coast road trip. What I decided to do is when we got to the first stop, and we went to shoot around. When I realized he was on the bus, I went to his room and said, I'm Avi Story. I went to the front. I'm Avi Story. I need a room. And they gave me his key. Went in there, took his keys, and then mailed them back to my boy. And then my boy went to the airport where our cars are, took the cars, right? Took his rims off and then put his car on cement blocks under the arena. And then he had to mail the keys back to me. And then I put it back in his bag. Like 2 road trips later. So when we got back in town, car gone. Car gone. And then we was having we was having film session and they rolled one of the rims in.
Damn.
He damn near had a heart attack. But yeah, that was
very disappointing. Gil. Lexi, what's the worst prank that somebody got you with or you did to somebody?
I don't get pranked.
You don't play those games?
That's fun.
Lexi has a ton of fun. Been an instrumental member of Gil's and Lexi's Arena presented by
I do
Underdog
have
Fantasy.
fun.
Y'all have never pranked each other? Pillow fight?
That's not a fucking prank.
A pillow fight is not a.
First of all, this conversation is over because why is pillow fight the first thing that comes to your mind? Move on, Brandon. Your prank. What?
I ain't got one. I don't play pranks.
You don't play those
So
games?
he's not funny too?
Nah, I don't play.
Hell no.
You gonna ask him if he does pillow fights?
A pillow fight ever? Mr. B?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pillow fight. That's not a prank.
This is Gil's
That's
Arena.
torture.
Pillow fight.
Y'all never had, y'all did have Scott, so y'all didn't have no personalities on your team. Okay.
You didn't have nothing.
Our whole team was personalities.
Like, the worst thing they did was kick the balls in the stands. Like, as a rookie prank, I guess. But that wasn't,
You had to go retrieve said balls?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have that.
Thanks.
Like, yeah, it wasn't no,
Oh, y'all was too serious.
yeah.
Damn.
All right, well, moving onward and upward. Gil, so you got selected in the Underdog Airdrop promo. Your team is North Carolina State. We got a North Carolina State related story. So they saw both their men's and women's
I
basketball
don't
teams.
care. But go.
I care.
Thank you, Lexi.
Welcome.
Looking forward to the next shootout when this returns to Lexi's Arena. Gil likely won't
Place
improve
with some
upon
more
his 12-point
decorum.
performance.
Here you go.
Age of 12, we turned to age of 11.
Go tell us about the sorry-ass team I got. Go.
It's not about,
They're
about
not
the school.
sorry.
It's
They
about
made it to the Final Four.
Fine institution. So, both their men's and women's basketball teams reached the Final Four this weekend. One student took advantage of the situation. He had a test scheduled, so he emailed his professor. He said, "Hey, I'm lit as F right now, and I hope you are too because the Final Four appearance is a lot to celebrate. How about we move this test to Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday?" The student's professor, being a man of high character, obliged, responding with, "James, is possibly my favorite email of the year. You've convinced me." That's love.
That's love.
Some things are bigger than class.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was the player that emailed the coach.
He's not going to class. He's been in school about 6-7 years.
Exactly.
Shout out to that professor. That's fire.
That was the best part of going to the tournament because it was right around, we were on the quarter system, so it was right around finals time. You get that nice little extension, take it on the road, do whatever you needed to do to advance your education. Because I know you majored in basketball when you were in college, but who was your favorite teacher when you did go to class at any point in your life?
Oh, I only went to class one time in college. I don't.
Do you remember what class it was?
No.
And why'd you go?
Because I thought that's what we were supposed to do. I go to class, and then I realized there was so many people that miss one nigga. You know? They would miss me, so I just went to the gym. So I really didn't. I had an 0.2.
How'd you get the point two?
Point.
Summer school.
Good job.
And then, one of them classes they give you was like the freshman, what was that? The freshman time management class.
That's a class.
Yeah, when you Arizona Wildcat, that's a
Exactly.
class.
Freshman time management.
It was like a time management class, which, I used to troll in there like, this time management, I'm wasting my time in here. I could be doing something better. Yeah, but I had an 0.2. School was for fools back then.
A fool can't make no money
I
in
hated
school.
all my teachers.
Every single one?
Yeah.
At every level of education?
I don't like school.
Seriously? Like even in high school?
It's like prison.
It's comparable.
I mean, high school, I went to school. I went to class in high school.
Yeah, I had to, but that don't mean I liked it.
I heard a story about you in high school. I cannot share it on the show, Gil, but I will ask you afterwards.
A good one? I used to bring boxing gloves. To class.
What? Why?
Because I used to fight. So I used to charge $5 for a boxing match.
Okay.
To fight you?
Somebody said you had hands before. I heard that. I heard you had hands.
Well, now everyone knows
You gotta pretend that you not violent around here,
Yeah, they said
White folks don't like violence.
They said, Gil, you still,
They said white folks don't like violence.
White folks don't like violence, man. You gotta be scary. They give you the bag when you're scary.
They like violence, just not against
Them.
Yeah. We got a question from the audience.
So, Gil, about school, I once heard Channing Frye tell a story about you coming into class at Arizona, disrupting the class and turning off the lights and leaving. Do you remember this, by any chance? Can you tell that story, please?
Yeah, it was summer school. It was summer school, right? And it was summer school classes, and it's before I declared for the draft. So I was like, oh man, I need to get these A's. I needed to get A's to go to be eligible. So obviously I go to class and then sitting there bored, like this is weak as shit. Right? In the summer in here, hot. So I turned the lights off and said, I'm out of this motherfucker and left.
That's a very Gil.
Gil, very problematic during your 2-year stint at the University of Arizona.
Oh yeah, I used to steal a golf cart, the little security golf cart. Oh, I used to do all that. Oh yeah, steal that, ride that around.
Made Ludos and say the N-word. Rest in peace to the legend.
They should have kicked me out of school. That's what I said. I was fortunate to never be penalized for what I was doing off the court, on the court. So my behavior off the court never affected like playing time and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure I'm the worst human being at Arizona. More menace style than anything.
I believe that.
Yeah, I was a menace.
Well, let's shift to the basketball side. Talking about education.
I hate that
Lexi.
y'all hated school so much.
What?
I hate that y'all hated school so much.
What?
I enjoyed school.
It was,
I won't elaborate because y'all don't care, but
It don't surprise us, to be honest.
I love school. I like to learn.
Speaking of learning, Lexi, which vet taught you the most about how to be a pro?
Simone Augustus, my second year in Minnesota. Yeah, I had kind of had a rough rookie season, had a really good season overseas, got traded, was really excited. And yeah, she kind of like just took me under her wing, taught me a lot. You know, we don't really play that alike, but I was like in the transition of playing the one, kind of starting to play more of the two. And I think Simone is one of the best two guards to ever play in the W. So to have her as a vet, my second year in the season was amazing. And we're still really close. She is one of the facilitators in Athletes Unlimited, so I get to see her all the time and talk to her all the time. So she's great. Yeah, huge pioneer for the game.
Brandon, how about yourself? Which vet taught you the most about how to be a pro and how to move in the league?
Kurt Thomas, my rookie year. Spent a lot of time with him. Taught me how to play cards, taught me just the life about the NBA. Especially after I scored 55. He was just set me down, just talk to me about just how the league goes and how it is. So, yeah, Kurt Thomas, OG.
Gil, how about yourself?
Probably rookie second year, Adonal Foyle and Dampier. Eric Dampier.
Legend.
Yeah, he taught me how to like save money. Right? Like let's say he wanted like a rug or something, he'll wait till it go on sale because that's the rug he wants to complete his. So like he takes like years to complete his house. Right? If he sees something, he's gonna wait till it goes on sale. Blah blah blah. I mean, obviously, I didn't listen. Motherfucker, I didn't have that kind of patience. I want it now. You know what I mean? So those was the vets that really taught me how to do things, which I didn't listen to.
So,
you know, Donald Foy was more of the professional style. Obviously, I didn't do that, but I was taught that.
but if he taught you that, but you didn't listen.
Did he really teach you anything?
Yeah, I mean, like if I wanted it
Or were
today.
y'all just having a conversation?
No, like if I wanted it today, I was like, all right, I'll go back home and see if I still want it,
and get it tomorrow.
and then get it tomorrow, the next day.
So y'all was just having nice dialogues,
Great dialogue.
not teaching you much.
Listen,
Got it.
I'm gonna be honest. It's easy to listen to people with money when you don't have it. Oh yeah, saving. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, when I get my money out, soon as you get that check, yeah, right to the store. Let me get that. Fuck what he talking about.
Because it's your time.
Yeah.
When it's your time, it's your time.
Okay, you talked about spending the bulk of your rookie check on an Escalade that you used to drive to and fro Oakland and LA to go to Sunset. What other purchases did you make that you probably shouldn't have when you first got to the league?
No, that was the only purchase. I mean, I shouldn't have bought the dogs because it was trying to feed them too when I didn't have no money. But when I got my first check, my big one, the Playboy Mansion pool in my backyard. I want the dude who built Hugh Hefner's grotto. I had him come down to Virginia and build me the grotto even better, 2.0.
Did you use it? No.
It was for pool parties, and I never threw pool parties.
Oh, it's a waste.
It was a waste.
Yeah.
So I didn't really swim in it. I mean, because you know when you're in the season, you're not really home like that. You're not really home, like, were we ever home at least 10 days in a row?
No, not
so
in the season.
we're not during the season. You know, during the season, like kind of cold, so you're not really joining the pool. And then as soon as it's summer hits, you back to wherever you come from. So I didn't really get to enjoy it like that.
All right, well, let's move on to some basketball. Unfortunately, Rashad isn't here to defend Embiid, but we got to talk about big moment. Can't support you on that, Gil. Rashad, a vital member to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy Woo-Woo. So, after being sidelined for more than 2 months and undergoing surgery to repair meniscus in his knee, reigning MVP Joel Embiid made his return to the court. Posted this photo. Don't know if he was forced to do it. Blink twice.
Oh my
Everything don't need a photo too, I think.
Yeah, bro, like what?
Just
Not
go,
everything requires all that.
Like what? That's why. Shit like that.
everything don't need a photo, but he made his return to the court. The Sixers announced the news shortly before the game against the Thunder. with this photo. So OKC didn't have their top 2 scorers in SGA and Jalen Williams, but the Sixers didn't have Maxey either. Did not matter. Embiid actually surprisingly did well. He was gassed, but he still managed to bust the Thunder's ass, dropping 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals in a little over 29 minutes of game action. All things considered, Gil, missing 2 months. I know you're not the biggest believer in him making the return. He did look solid out there late in the game. Made a big steal on Josh Giddey. Got fouled by Chet Holmgren, knocked down the 2 free throws to help the Sixers extend their lead. And after the win, shared a moment with Allen Iverson, who was in attendance.
Embiid, a guy you talking about gutting performances out.
So, Lexi, I'll start with you because you might have some positive things to say.
Yeah, sorry.
What'd you think about Embiid in his first game back?
Man, you miss positive.
I mean, all I said was we got to watch his conditioning.
Yeah.
That's all I said there yesterday. It was them who was like, he should pack it up. So he played it. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but you said he was gassed, which was expected. But
Yeah, but
I mean,
still
he's
24 piece, shot well from the field.
Yeah, I
good
mean,
from
he
free
shot
throw
12 free throws. He played, under 30 minutes, like we said he would. So, yeah, just has to get his conditioning together if he wants to make a real impact in the playoffs.
Brandon, you were aligned with Gil saying he should park it, as the young kids say, for the rest of the season. But what'd you think about Embiid in his first game back?
He was gassed. He was just gassed.
But anything other than that?
I mean, they didn't even have their full squad. OKC, so that just shows you how trash they are. Fuck. I'm not buying the hype. Fuck that. Next.
Gil, anything positive to say about Embiid and his return to the court with the Sixers?
It ain't about positive or negative. It's what's his upside? Right? That's my thing. Like, you know, he was the MVP player, first team, right? Scoring champ, and lost it all, right? Your team suffered. You guys are in 8th spot. You're gonna win. You might go 7-0, 6-1, and still be in 8th, 9th spot.
I mean, if they go 7-0, 6-1, they could jump to that 7th or 6th seed.
7th spot, you still play who? You still play
Milwaukee.
Bucks.
Okay.
You still play Boston. So my question was always, do you think you can win a championship? Right? When they were healthy, no, they was not a championship contender. Right? Once they lost James Harden, no one's like, oh, they're gonna, let's worry about them in the championship. So the fact that you do have a guy who's not fully 100%, right? He's coming back from injury. What is the purpose? What can he do that makes the organization feel like this was a great year? Nothing. The only thing so right now, if he doesn't win a championship, you're still like, Eastern Conference Finals, second round, first round, So the fact that you win nothing here, the only thing you can do is lose. If he gets hurt, he tweaks it, that fucks up the summer, that fucks up anything that's moving forward for the organization itself. There's no win here.
So you talk about it from your perspective now as a former player and all the things you dealt with injury, but if you were in Embiid's position, loving the game of basketball, wanting to get back out there to try to help your team, you wouldn't do it?
Well, when you say loving the game, you liking the game, please say liking. Because when you say loving, like that puts taking care of your body and all of that, the Kobe's, the Jordans, the LeBron James, the Steph Curry's, how they take care of their body and get in shape for it. That's the love of the game, right? Right now, he likes the game, right? When he takes that extra step and he comes down to 270, 265, looking real in shape, then we can start talking about the love of it. Right now, he's just super talented, but, why do I want him back right now? That's my thing. What's the purpose?
But I'm saying if you were him, you wanted to get back on the court?
He already lost out on everything, right? He can't
win nothing.
I think the summer is big for him.
That's what I said. This summer is his big thing.
Like the Olympics is bigger than finishing out the season to me. In this case.
Lexi, do you agree or disagree with their sentiments? If you were in Embiid's position, would you want to get back out there and try to help?
I mean, we don't know what his.
I'm just saying, if you,
we
if
don't
you were
know.
hurt and you had the opportunity to come help your squad, try to make a playoff run.
I mean, if I was capable, yes, I'm gonna go play. But I was in a position. I mean, I was sick, not hurt, where I was trying to come back and play, and it just like sometimes if you can do it, you can push through it, which I was doing to a certain point. Then you can't feel like you can give all you can give. Then you should sit. But if he feels like he can give all he can give at that moment, I think that is better than an Embiid-less Sixers. But if his aspirations are a championship, then no, it doesn't make sense at all. But we don't know what his intentions are.
I mean, I think we've all said that even before the season started, the Sixers' likelihood of winning a chip was very small. So,
Well, I mean, this takes away all of media's theory on load managing.
and why do you say that?
Because you have a player who, because of the 65-game rule, he jeopardized the season trying to make sure he played. Now he's injured, right? If he was load managing, he wouldn't even come back, right? So the fact that he still wants to play kind of throws away that theory, right? I don't know if they've realized, but a lot of players, star players, have actually went down because of this 65-game rule, right? Donovan Mitchell messed his season up because of it, right? Where he's sitting there looking at the games and realized, oh shit, I'm at 65 games, I need to play now. Comes back, plays 1-2 games, then he's back hurt again.
Yeah.
Right?
But you,
Halliburton, you can see he out
Yeah, that
Halliburton.
whole load
You can see he out there
dialogue
living
gotta
I say
go.
Halliburton is
but we've also talked about the other side of it. When it's 30 or 40 million extra dollars at play, guys are going to get out there to hit that minimum. So do you feel like
It ain't for it's $40 million extra on your contract, and you got shoe deals, and you got it's you, right? It's who you are. Like when you're talking about when my legacy is over with, when y'all start going to certain things, there's going to be an MVP that was given to someone else that should be his.
Yeah.
There's a first team that should be his. There's a scoring title he's going to be missing, right? That other players got. Right, so when we sitting there trying to figure out who's the best, and we're saying, well, you don't have, 2 MVPs. This person got MVP. This person has a scoring title, and you're sitting there like, well, bitch, back when I played, they put a fucking rule in that they didn't have in before.
right. Right. No, for real. Yeah.
So it becomes this weird. The game is evolving, but it's this weird space. 15 years from now, someone's gonna have to dig under the hood to see what happened here.
Brandon, you agree with Gil on this side?
Yeah, it's gonna get nasty.
But for the most part, look, if he wants to come and play, lose in the fucking first round, do you? All right? If you get hurt or something tweaked, don't look at nobody else. All right? It's like, hey, it's your body. You know how you're feeling out there.
So, but let's look at the other side. I think we've been thriving on negativity in this NBA conversation. If he's able to lead these Sixers, just say, past the second round to the Eastern Conference Finals, would you consider that season a successful?
That's them. Do they consider it successful?
Have they been already?
No,
Has
they
not
haven't been
advanced
past the second round yet.
The process has not gotten past the second round.
So yeah, it would be a success then.
Okay.
Yeah, if they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, yeah, it would be a success. Because
So
they never been.
You're risking your future. You're risking your future for just to say you went to the Eastern Conference Final? And then what? Because if he gets hurt to the point where he's going to miss the beginning of next year, now that would be a disappointing season. You win today to lose later. Lose now because it's already a loss, right? Your season's lost. You're in a situation where you're not the 4-5 seed or the 3 seed. You're at the point where you're 7 and 8, so you're facing the guys you wouldn't want to face until the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You're facing them first round, so
you're like, cut your losses now.
yeah.
Get ready for next season.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to be playing, let's say, Bucks. Then your second round becomes easy. Then you face Boston. Like, what does that do to him?
So Rashad, not here today, active in the group chat right now. He texted the following: "Stop the cap. Please stop the cap."
Stop the cap on what?
Gil can't say he wrong, LOL. I'm waiting for the text to keep up.
What am I capping on? Like, it's an opinion.
Yeah, but I'm just
What the
from
fuck
the
is
standpoint.
somebody
But if they do
opinion?
get to the Eastern Conference Final, that I mean, that,
But I'm saying, if he goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, let's say he gets to the Eastern Conference Finals and then, like last year, he tweaks his knee. Is that successful?
hell no, no, not
But let's
no,
say
not
he
now
goes
because
and
then
that
he gonna miss
doesn't
the
happen.
Olympics.
Let's say it goes, and none of that happens. I know, obviously, from your guys' perspective
I mean,
as former
they're not
players.
saying that like he's not capable. They're just saying, why risk it
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
if
I mean,
you're not feeling 100%? But we don't know how he feels.
Oh, no, I saw it last night.
I mean, obviously he's out of
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played 2 months.
That's what I said. We can't tell gas or limping. We don't know which one, but all I'm saying is, right, you're thinking about your future. This is what he's, 30, 31, 32?
We pull it up.
You can't afford for him to actually be
30 years old, turned to just turned 30.
I said you can't afford for him to actually take a real hit, right? You want to make sure this asset is set for the next 5 years. That's all. I'm thinking about the longevity of his career.
So Rashad has responded again. He said, "Where is the competitive spirit? He is competing regardless."
Did he? Never mind. Wasn't he telling us how he was over competitive and hurt himself? He just told us that story. Like, just because Embiid is Embiid doesn't mean that he's
Chasing LeBron,
above
yeah.
these
Yeah,
things.
and not even as over competitive on the dude he just seen in the club.
You seen him at the function. But that's understandable. I gotta get
beat
back.
you.
I gotta get back in the gym.
Yeah, like, you just gotta be smart. That's all.
When we were monitoring the
But that's the reason that most players lose their career. They're so competitive that they're not listening to their body. Right? The competitiveness of the person is the reason that they lose career. I didn't want to lose my spot. So I'm not listening to my knee.
Shit, I
lost
did
my
the same
career.
thing last year.
Can we give him a little credit though? I think obviously
We can get, what are we
I'm
giving
saying-
him credit for?
I'm saying it's his body. So if his
For him getting
body
up to
wasn't
play?
feeling right, he would shut it down. If he feels like,
who?
but if he feels like he can go out there and contribute and help this team,
But we're talking about a guy who just did that. He's coming back because he did that. Right? Isn't that why we're here? He seen that 65 games was coming. He needed to play. His competitive spirit put his ass out there. He gets injured, then he has to sit for 2 months. Am I capping? That's right. His spirit put him out there. Halliburton out there hobbling.
Yep.
That's his spirit.
Yep, and now they probably done. Indiana ain't gonna be nothing in the playoffs.
I mean, that's what I said. Like we're athletes are pushed to be competitive, right?
Yeah.
We're pushed to, if it's 50%, if it's 75%, you go out there and play. So we literally have this in the back of our mind. We're gonna go out there and show these people that we're hurt. Because me going out there giving you my all while I'm hurt, you're gonna give me an applaud. What was the applaud that Dwight Howard got in Los Angeles off that back surgery? Back surgery, he's supposed to miss the whole year. He was there for the beginning of the season. Made the All-Star game. What was his applaud? No, he got booed.
Yeah, he got booed.
He got booed out of LA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where was the applaud for Kawhi Leonard coming out there trying to play with a sty?
I mean,
Paul George, both surgeries on his, shoulder surgeries, hitting the side of the backboard. We get the giggling and laughing. No one gives a fuck about your injury.
I mean, even Tatum last year in Game 7 with the
Ankle. You lost. We don't care. We don't care about your grit and grind. Tell that to your soul when you go home.
It only works if you win the game. Then heroic.
Yeah, that shit when you're thinking Michael Jordan flu season, shit like that, I done scored 60 walk off. That shit is not for everybody.
Yeah.
You sitting there limping, niggas blowing past you, people gonna be like, yo, sit your ass down. Right, well, what happens if Embiid plays, right, and then they sitting there running around and putting his ass in pick and roll. He's holding his knee. Next thing you know, why is he coming back so early?
Hurting the team.
Yeah, hurting the team, can't put him out there. I mean, the same shit, man. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, my point with all this, it works both ways. You guys as competitors, you can say that now, your career is over, and it may not be wrong, but if you were in that position, you had a chance to help lead your team to the playoffs and do something. You as Gilbert Arenas, would you?
I can't bend my knee because of that.
Man, if we looking the way we looking, I got Olympics coming up, bro.
And you feel like Olympics is more important than the NBA season?
Yeah. Right now, in his case.
For him, I mean, it's not even about the Olympics. It's the career. You're 1 game, 6 games at the end of the season is not worth 82 games next year. That's all I'm saying.
But I still want to play in the Olympics, though.
Yeah, I mean, if he's healthy, when Olympics comes, yes.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, well, let's keep it moving and shaking, as the young kids say. We knew the Iowa-LSU matchup was going to be a historic night, but now it's been confirmed. The Elite 8 game featuring Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had 12.3 million viewers.
Jeez.
I repeat, 12.3 million viewers, which is the most for any women's college basketball game ever. And just for context, the game did more numbers than 2023 NBA Finals, World Series, the Orange Bowl, Big Ten Championship, Cotton Bowl, Pac-12 Championship, which isn't really a brag, Big 12 Championship, ACC Championship, Peach Bowl, Thursday Night Football, and every 2023 college football regular season game except Ohio State versus Michigan. So, Lexi, what does this record-setting game mean for women's basketball and women's sports in general?
Yeah, it's amazing. I've just always said, like, I know that everyone is really caught up in the hype of, like, right now, which they absolutely should be. But you can't watch something if it's not available for you to watch. So the fact that they have put all these games, they've put all these players out in the forefront, like, it means something. It means that these broadcast channels believe in the product, believe in these players. So it's exciting. I mean, I knew that this game was gonna go crazy, and it didn't disappoint. We had 2 really good games on Monday night, so I'm just glad everything's living up to the hype.
And is it time to end that argument that people don't care about women's sports, I think?
Oh, at least, I mean, it's been
dead.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say too much because y'all be getting mad at me, so just look at the numbers, it's fine.
One of these 12.3 million viewers, ever so briefly, was Gilbert Arenas. So, Gil, we want to just salute you for doing your part.
And I mean, had to do my part.
Get in that 12.3. Check in. Watch
Got my view in. Click, click.
Appreciate your view, Gil. Appreciate your view.
Appreciate you for not turning the lights off like you did at Arizona. And leave.
Ooh, turnover. Sounds about right. Click, click.
Gil's turnovers in every level of basketball. Miss layups at every level of basketball.
No, you're not talking about how your Arizona team played in that Elite 8 game.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable to watch for some. Watch y'all get packed up.
Layups too.
Yeah, please.
So in other news, yesterday we talked about Angel Reese having today as a deadline to make the decision of whether or not to stay at LSU or go to the WNBA. She has made that choice. Angel announced today that she is entering the WNBA draft in an exclusive interview with Vogue.
Bro. Woo! With Vogue.
That's
some play shit.
That's
Like that shit.
well, listen though, she probably had made the decision at least,
A while ago.
Let me get the photo,
ago.
shoot in, all right, drop it.
A while ago.
Drop it.
That's fire.
How, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything of that magnitude to make a pro announcement.
No, you're right. Her decision had been made already. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think that interview she had after the game, it makes more sense now because it's like, okay, like I'm washing my hands of this college experience and I'm letting y'all know how I've been feeling. And a lot of people were still invalidating how she felt, which was really disappointing, especially some of the other male platforms that I've seen. Very disappointing on how they invalidated how she felt. But for her to do that on this platform at this level and for her to, decide to forego that last year of eligibility is amazing for the W. It's amazing for her. It's amazing for women's basketball. And now y'all ain't got no choice but to watch us this summer. So we start May 15th.
May 15th, and she's gonna be in the studio.
Special correspondent, we'll get.
That's gonna be your teamate.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what draft pick they got?
2 and
Got
4.
2 and 4.
Oh yeah, she's
gonna be
definitely
your
coming to LA.
1,000%.
And you think Sparks take her with 2 or they take her with 4?
I have no idea who they're gonna take.
I'm just.
Well,
do you think?
I don't know.
how about this? Who is the second best player in the draft?
I don't know.
You know who the second best player is?
No. It really depends on what teams need and what they want.
What do y'all need?
we need rebounding and bigs. And there's a lot of great rebounding bigs in this draft class.
So y'all can get 2 with the 2 and the 4.
I'm just glad I'm not the GM right now. But there's really not a bad decision, in my opinion, for our picks at 2 and 4, because I think the picks between like 2 and 8, like, are all super, super talented future WNBA pros. They're all gonna make the team, I'm pretty sure. So you can't really go wrong.
Is the girl from Stanford coming out? Mm-hmm. What is she?
What do you mean?
Big?
Yep.
So
Hypothetically, we are going to get a very elite big.
So you can get technically
2.
her and
We can get 2 very good bigs.
Sparks
Or
game,
guards,
we're gonna
but-
be cracking regardless.
Yes.
Now that
y'all guard it up. We don't need
We
no
guarded
guards.
up.
We guarded
but
up. Fuck off.
I'm very excited about this. I'm excited.
We don't
about
need
this
no
draft.
guards.
We don't need no guards over here.
No,
We
I'm
good.
excited about this draft. Like,
So we talked
Can't
about
really go
Angel and her potential impact the next
Does
level.
anybody wear number 10?
I don't think so.
Woo!
But we know who Gil wants as far as the pick.
No, I'm just saying. It's LA. Those are the type of personalities. Vogue magazine. Boom.
Yeah.
Turn up. So Lexi, we talked yesterday about Angel and making that move to the W. Obviously, you've done that. What's the most important thing she needs to focus on to get her game right to make that transition from LSU to playing in the W?
I just think she needs to be a sponge, and I think that's all rookies. That's the biggest thing I took from my rookie season was just being ready to learn, ready to be challenged, and just be ready for your opportunity, because there's a lot of opportunities for her in this league, even in her rookie season. And I know yesterday we were talking about how she needs a lot of development, but where's the best place to develop if it's not against the best players in the world? So she just needs to be ready and keep that edge that she has. Like, she's at where she is for a reason, and we're ready for her, and we're excited that she announced to come to the W. But yeah, be a sponge, because there's going to be a lot of information thrown at her in a very short period of time. The draft is the 15th. She has less than a month till she starts playing. So just get ready.
For sure.
The draft is the 15th.
Yes.
This month?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get right to it.
Quick.
Don't they only get like 48 hours to make a decision?
So after that Elite Eight game, they had, I think, a Wednesday deadline today.
Crazy how.
Yeah, so we lost, my senior year, we lost Sweet 16. I technically declared the next day. Draft was 10 days after that, and then I had to go back to class.
Damn.
I had to finish up my semester.
Why-
Didn't get to go to graduation, missed graduation.
Why'd you have to finish? Was that your own choice, or did you have
I was in grad school, so
Okay.
I was gonna finish that.
Oh, you getting that?
But I had to take my exams 2 weeks early. Didn't get to walk in graduation because I had to be in training camp. So it happens fast.
That's wild.
Hey, can you still take online classes to get education?
Some good.
Yeah, I had some teammates in training camp that were still taking their online stuff.
Okay,
but
now-
I wanted to be over. I
Now, in
wanted
the
that to be done.
workplace, does that does it count?
What do you mean?
Your online classes?
Your online
I think they all fold into the same degree.
Yeah.
I see your brain churning, Gil.
You say you like school, right?
What?
I know, I'm still a freshman. You got 4 more years of school if you need it. Got a nice check for you.
Get that
Yeah.
point 2. Raise that point 2 up.
I got my degrees. I'm cool.
You know,
I'm good.
You said degrees.
yeah. I just need one.
2 of them.
Cause you need a degree to be an agent now, right?
I don't think
I
so.
think they tried to hit Rich Paul with that, but I believe he was able to circumvent
Yeah, I
it.
think you just got to be certified, right?
Yeah.
Still a level of
Circumvented it.
education, though.
Little 100, 200,000, go ahead, slide right that little check, go ahead and
But Gil, you're already an agent. Agent 12.
you get in there typing it.
You're already an agent 12.
Just don't
Gil.
put your name on it. Don't.
So Angel Reese made the decision that it was her time to move on to the W. So speaking of time, do you want a high quality luxury watch without the luxury price tag? Then you need an Aura watch. So let's all show everybody our Aura watches. Shout out Aura. They came through, blessed us. They got these beautiful straps, lovely options.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good price
Very
point.
cute.
And since you know we love to give our fans a plug, Gil's Arena has an exclusive deal available throughout March Madness. You can get $100 off watches from Aura by using our special promo code. All you got to do is go to aura.watch/GilsArena. That's Aura, AURA.watch/GilsArena, and use the code GIL. So you'll notice the FKM straps on the watch. I just learned the FKM the other day.
FKM, that's this?
You know, I just call them straps. They're FKM stretches. Gil, okay? It's a whole level of premium strappage. There are 18 colors to choose from, and they're interchangeable with all watches. Plus, they're durable, so you can work out on them if you choose to with no problem. There's no limit to how many watches you can get with the discount code. So get them for your family, friends, your special work, or whoever else needs one. Again, if you're gonna buy multiple watches, do it one at a time so you get that $100 discount on every single purchase. No,
Drop that. We got a link in the description.
Oh, Gil, it's funny that you asked that.
My bad.
So not only do we have a link, but we have a QR code so you can go directly to Aura from this very show to go get yourself a nice luxury quality timepiece. So help us help you keep these lights on. But we're gonna do our Aura countdown question of the day. So we're gonna put 3 minutes on the clock in addition to that QR code. So Warriors got a much needed win over the Mavs Tuesday night to extend their lead over the Rockets for the 10th spot in the West. But Brandon, we're gonna start with you. How much longer will the Warriors' big three stay together? Klay set to become a free agent this summer. How much longer do you think this Warriors' big three has left in them together?
I think this is the last of it.
Just the last dance.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, I don't think we see them three no more together.
After this season.
Yeah, I think after that last time Draymond got kicked out, I think that was it.
But Drake's comeback had a big block last night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Emotional leader.
Yeah, that's cool.
The 10th seed, holding on.
I think it's time to just move on.
It is. So, of those three, who do you think they should move on from? Like I mentioned, Klay, set to become a free agent this summer. They should be able to get him at a reasonable price point if they do choose to re-sign him.
I mean, if you had to, I'm gonna probably move Dre.
Ooh. And why would you move Draymond?
It's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if he really wants to play basketball.
Damn.
Honestly. So, and I think it's big. I think it's some off the court. So I don't know.
Some bigger issues than what's going on. Well, Lexi, let's move over to you. How much longer will the Warriors' big three stay together?
Yeah, I think this is the last of it, unfortunately. It's over.
This is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, it's over. I think, I don't know who. I would assume that, I don't know where they can move Dre. So I think Klay can control his own destiny at this point and go where he wants instead of getting shipped off somewhere. So it's not going to be Steph, obviously. So, but it's over with. It's done.
So good. We've talked about this throughout the season. Season's coming close to a conclusion. Still uncertain, even with that 10th spot, if the Warriors will be able to manage to win 2 games in the play-in to actually reach the playoffs and get that 8th seed. But how much longer will the Warriors' big three stay together?
Big three, they fine. They stand together. The reason I say this is because if they can get Klay back for pennies on a dollar, they're gonna do that, right? And then from there, they have so much money that they can sign Paul George and someone like that. So if they can sign Paul George and bring Klay off the bench, then the big three is relived because now it's a bigger three, a
big fella.
3.5. Right, so you bring Paul George in like KD came in, right? You have another weapon. So it all depends on Klay. Like we know Draymond is under contract, Steph is under contract. So if Klay leaves, then yeah, the big three is over with. But I don't see them trading.
Draymond.
I don't see them trading because what they're gonna get back for that same price. Right? I mean they can, but they're gonna trade with Kuminga and I mean, not Kuminga, but you're going to trade Klay and Draymond and try to get another superstar. You can do that sign and trade and get rid of both of them and bring somebody in. Clippers, right? Do a sign and trade with Paul George, and now you have Paul George, Kuminga, and...
Is Klay a restricted free agent?
Klay's unrestricted free agent.
Unrestricted.
So you can't.
But what do you gain by keeping Draymond? Like for
What do
your
you
future,
gain?
like of the team, like yeah, like what is it? Like what are you gaining?
You gain an all-around player. He's the glue. Once you think about it, when he doesn't play, they're easier to beat when he's not there. It's harder to beat because he does everything else. So, if you can sign Klay, bring him off the bench, you sign, let's say they did get Paul George. What type of team would it be now? Draymond craziness he wouldn't be doing that because they're going to be winning on the most part.
But we don't know that though.
Yeah, we do. We seen how he was during the
Man,
championship run.
I think it's cooked. I think we just making excuses. I think it's cooked. Like, I think the situation is just cooked. Like, it's either Steve Kerr got to go or something, but I think the whole situation is just cooked.
Yeah, I think Kerr got 2 years left on his contract, a lot of bread due to him.
17.5 pop.
Woo.
Damn.
And I need all of my money.
I just think I think we're making excuses.
Excuses for who? What are you going to do, though? Because if you're going to break it up, then what are you doing with Curry? Just letting him rot? Because if you're going to break it up, then you might as well trade Curry, too, for some younger pieces.
Right, because you don't want to rebuild with Steph still
Yeah, you're not gonna,
at a high level.
You're not going to have enough time to get rid of them and then rebuild for Steph.
So what would benefit Steph more, keeping Clay or keeping Draymond?
Both.
Okay, well, assume that that's not possible. Which one? You're the GM.
You need a shooter next to you.
Probably Draymond, because it keeps the Wolves off.
What Wolves?
Anybody who want to hit.
That's what I'm saying. Does everyone want to hit him that bad?
Ain't nobody scared, man. this the new NBA. Ain't nobody scared, man.
Man, you see how he cold lined the motherfuckers out there?
Ain't nobody scared. This the new NBA. Now, maybe back in y'all era.
Scared of getting hurt.
Maybe back in that early 2000s, but ain't nobody scared.
They're not scared of Draymond. They're scared of
What are you gonna do?
his antics, which is not the same. It's not. They're not scared of him. They're scared of what is he going to do
I wouldn't
now?
be scared. I mean, he on like 2 strikes, so it's like, go ahead.
It's like on 2
Hit
strikes.
Me. Go ahead, hit me. Hit me.
If you're American, you have nothing to fear. You know.
Hit me.
No, I'm just saying if they can.
you got a passport,
What I'm
baby.
saying is if you can get him for cheap, if you can get Clay for cheap, right? That means you have a lot of money to actually go after somebody.
All right.
And if you can pull in a Paul George or a James Harden, something like that, that can give you extra spark, and you got Clay coming off the bench.
Well, I don't think Clay has to sacrifice that much.
I'm about to say, yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean.
But for what, though? For what? More championships? They've won enough. So you ask a player of that caliber to do something like that if you are desperate for a championship win now. They've already won. So for people to assume that Clay would want to even willingly accept a discount to rebuild, like
Where's he gonna get paid?
I mean, I wouldn't even say discount.
like a lot of teams would pay him.
Discount to rebuild, but this is where he spent his entire career. Just that fear of the unknown. Like, I might take a little bit less bread to stay here, stay with my guys, and not have to now.
What?
I mean, we
just
can-
get ridiculed unnecessarily for another
Like, I seriously
season.
think like it's gonna hurt Clay more if he get out of there more than Dre. Like, I feel like
Dre gonna find a way. I mean, you know, he gonna blend
Dre go
in.
home. Dre asked him to go.
Yeah,
go home.
Clay.
Clay.
I mean, depending on what team. You know, he can play with the Lakers and fit right in. He can play with.
I don't think so. I think it's just like a shooter, like shooters
He can
like
go
that.
to Indiana. Shit, the way they
From
play.
Indiana to no.
I mean, I'm talking about the way they play. Indiana,
From the Bay to Indianapolis,
Yeah.
not a move you're making.
And this late in your career,
Phoenix. But that's what I'm saying. He's at a situation where
The inverse, the reverse.
he's too old to try to establish his individual talent, right? He is what he is, right? So his value is his value. A dude that's going to be a spot-up shooter, and hopefully he can bring in about 15 to 19. So, you know, you're going to be third option, fourth option on a really, really great team. A mediocre team, you can pull off a second option, but shit, you ain't even a second option on your team right now.
So we asked the chat, will the Warriors' Big Three last beyond this season? 65% said it's over.
I don't know though. And now we think about All-Star Weekend next year up in San Francisco.
It's gonna be great.
They might just one last time.
Oh, now y'all want one more.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe. Maybe though.
But that's what I'm saying. It all depends on it all depends on Clay, right? If Clay's gonna try to hit me over the head for 100 or
Right.
any of that, then I won't have extra money to go get anybody, which means now I have to make a decision.
Well, that money's gone anyway because as Dre got that. They gave Draymond that money. Right.
They can find.
They always find some bread on
You can always find bread.
Or take this discount and I got this tech deal for
You
you.
can always find bread when you're a billionaire.
I got the new Uber for you, Clay. Go ahead, just put a little bread in there. But we will remain to be seen how the Warriors will fare the rest of the season. They're in the 10th seed right now, looking likely that they'll make the play-in.
They're not making it.
10 seed. That's where they go. 10 seed. That's it.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
You know,
No. We got it right here.
Is
I don't think they're
Houston
going to be in.
Houston still behind them?
Houston's a few games behind them now. They've been.
Oh, a few.
Yeah.
10 seed, they'll play against Sacramento.
It might be.
No,
In
10th seed, they'll
Sacramento?
play the Lakers right now.
Didn't I just tell you what's gonna happen?
I'm saying
They might be out of here.
Lakers gonna be in the 6th seed, brother. Lakers gonna be in the 6th seed, right? We're what, 1 game out of the 6th seed?
2.5 games right now. Good.
Okay, we there.
6 games remaining.
2 games out of the 6th seed, right? So that means Sacramento's gonna slip. Golden State gonna play them if we good, baby.
Sacramento currently owns a tiebreaker.
Then the NBA gets all they see. They get. We can push out New Orleans. We can push out Sacramento. We can push out Sacramento and New Orleans, baby. And then you got a dream team of superstars in the playoffs.
Scott Foster, get to work. But there's also the other situation, good, where if the Kings, Suns, and Lakers all end up in a 3-way tie, the Lakers would lose. So they have the tiebreaker over the Suns right now, do not have it over the Kings, but if they all end up tied at the end of the season, the Lakers would fall to the bottom of that trio. So they would.
I'm gonna let you know this. When you start seeing certain refs playing some play-in games, you already know the fix is in.
Paige Scott Foster.
This is in.
PJ Scott Foster.
Allegedly, none of this can be supported with actual fact. We are just merely gassing things up here on Gibbs Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Let's keep it moving to hibachi time,
It's the best part right here. These lights.
presented by OJ.
Presented by OJ. Damn.
So Jokic and Wemby faced off on Tuesday night.
You know he got a podcast, so he can come after you.
OJ? OJ was like, sorry, that shit was funny. That shit was funny. Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's a brand referencing a video that is very, very available.
That shit was funny, though.
at this particular
My
point.
God.
That shit was funny.
But Jokic and Wemby faced off on Tuesday night, gave the basketball world a show. So Wemby was doing his thing.
Hey.
There was one particular sequence in the game, Wemby hit him with that scoop very early on. Then Jokic came back down court. Wemby with some nice defense.
Damn.
Tried to hit him to spin. Oop, give me
Get out of
those.
here. Get out of here.
Wemby came back down. Did not get the rock from his
God.
teammates, so he
That's
got it
so
off the back.
crazy. Look
Yo,
at
his
the
teammates be
shots
hating,
now.
huh?
They hate
You know,
me.
they're-
His teammates be hating, huh?
Oh
They be
my
hating on
God.
you.
But
Another one.
Joker followed it up with a dunk to his
Dunk
grill. So Jokic,
Yeah.
Jokic in the win dropped 42 points, 16 rebounds, 6 dimes, and 2 blocks. And Wemby almost messed around and dropped a quadruple double, finishing with 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 blocks, and 8 assists. So we've been talking about Wemby-Gami
Jesus.
game. Yeah, he also made 2 threes. So it was another Wemby-Gami game, meaning no player has reached or bettered this stat line in NBA history. So we will show 23 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, 9 blocks, 2 threes made.
9 blocks.
That's gonna be looking.
you
Wait till year
kidding
3,
me?
like year 3, year 4.
So he's the only one to do this.
To match or better this stat line.
What is the match?
I'm just saying, so he's the only one to do it. Nobody's ever matched or bettered this stat line in NBA history.
Wow.
So the 2 threes is what puts it in the. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. So it's the 2 threes because I'm pretty sure Wilt did something like this properly.
Right, right. You know, for sure.
So it's the 2 threes?
Wilt had no 3-point line and
There's no 9. Will couldn't get 9 blocks because there was no block.
Oh, there was no block.
we got to go back and record.
Wait,
Yeah, because I'm gonna say he couldn't go, but he
What do
averaged
you mean
14
there was
points.
no block?
So he averaged 14.4 blocks for his career if they actually had block stats, but they didn't have block stats then.
Because they were lazy.
So so Wilt don't own the triple-double record or the quadruple record because of the blocks.
Did we know when blocks got introduced? Like, what was the point?
He probably had 10
73,
blocks a
74.
game.
What was the reasoning
So for
that
24 years, they were just watching Wilt beat that shit. Then they were like, all right,
Yeah,
maybe we should make this a stat.
They said if they actually kept the stat from Wilt came in, he would have averaged 14.4 blocks.
Yeah, I believe it. I
God
believe it.
damn.
And Bill Russell will be behind him with 9.8
14.4
It was a
Per
different
game.
time.
per game.
per game.
I don't even think I have 14 blocks in my life.
So after this Wemby
Shit.
Joker third time in, I also saw a stat too. Wemby's got like more blocks than 86.6% of the league in history. But that just means a lot of y'all need to get your D up. So after the game, after the game, Jokic had high praise for Wemby. When asked by Denver sports reporter Adam Mares if the Wemby matchup reminded him of his first matchup with Tim Duncan, Jokic said, "Wemby did a much better job if I'm a Tim Duncan than I did against Tim Duncan." But when you just look at what Wemby's been able to do this season, and we've talked about it, the expectation coming in, living up to the hype, now going up against arguably one of the best centers in the history of the game and almost giving him a quadruple double. How impressive is what he's doing?
We see the offensive side. I mean, I think he's just going to dominate defensively. Like, he's going to do things on the defensive end that's just going to put him above a lot of players he's going to be compared to, right? He should be first team all defense, should win defensive player of the year, and I'm pretty sure every year moving forward, there's going to be a possibility where he's first team all defense every year. I mean, that's just a stat that, like, for him not to be first team, if this is what he's doing as a rookie, when he gets smarter and really understands how to play defense, how to block shots, it's going to be hard to keep him out of all team first defense and defensive player of the year.
I mean, if he's blocking 9 shots, you got to think about all the shots he's altering as well, and just how absurd that is.
Like, I mean, that's what I said. Rudy Gobert is winning it with averaging 2 blocks a game. Right. So, I mean, just defensively, he's just going to be a monster that I don't think they've seen this coming.
Yeah, I mean, then as a rookie, I mean, you always want to get up for games like this, you know, against a guy like Jokic. So to have a game like that for his confidence and moving forward, you know, that's all you can ask for.
Taking the 42 piece from Joker, humbling, but silver lining.
I mean, but we do expect that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still just want to have a good, like, you want to have numbers, though, so.
You expect that.
Like 2 or 3 years, it's going to get scary, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary.
What's so funny, it might be scary next year.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he gets to finish this year.
They need to fix his
Summer going to USA games, he's going to be highlighted.
Yeah.
And then coming back. I mean,
yeah, it's going to be a good year, too, for him. It's going to be a great year,
it's going to be a good year, too.
So is it possible that Wemby catches Jokic in the all-time discussion in the next 5 seasons?
Wait, what?
All-time what?
All-time.
Just in terms of their head-to-head. Gets to that level, basically, of a Joker.
But all-time, but what is it?
But all-time what?
Like,
no one was comparing Wemby to Jokic.
I'm just saying the next,
what are you talking about?
just getting to that tier, that level.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
tier.
Just top, like, player.
Yeah, in terms of player rankings.
I could see him low-key trying to get MVP next year.
See Wemby trying to do that.
Yeah, like that second year.
So you got to remember, but like I said, look at the number. Just look at the numbers he's putting up, right? You're looking at this. This is going to be MVP type number. Once the team starts winning, there's going to be so much. That's what I said. He's going to run the table. He's going to run the table 1 year.
He's literally a kid right now.
For like years, though. For like
that's
years.
He's going to run the table.
He's going to do like a 5-year.
He's going to take all the defensive shit, right? Whatever it is, block shots, steals, deflections.
Yeah.
He's gonna get all of them at one point when he's at his peak.
So do you feel he has the potential to be the best two-way player in NBA history?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I mean,
NBA history?
I mean, he got a chance. He got a
modern era.
Listen, man, he got a chance.
He's not gonna have the offensively impact as Michael Jordan. I mean, he could because he's 7'6", so just throw the shit by the rim, motherfucker. Just
throw it up. Let me go get.
Like I'm surprised.
I mean, he'll be like the first two-way like all-timer that like the defense may surpass the offense because the defense is so good.
Yeah.
Like his offense is still incredible, but because like his defense is.
Yeah, that's what's.
We're considered a two-way, but it's not like our typical two-way players we talk about.
We're so mesmerized that we're not even paying attention to his defense because he's so offensively skilled, right? We're not saying, well, damn, this motherfucker's like Rudy Gobert and damn Ben Wallace, like he's all of that in one, but because he shows so much flash and skill offensively, we're stuck here. Don't realize what is coming on this side.
Yeah, I mean, but you talk about his ability to score in the paint, but that long-range game is going to keep it improving as well as he gets older in this league.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, just even seeing him live. It's like, why don't they throw him more lobs? But then it's like, all right, if he's got to go up and get those, then land in traffic, just the potential and risk of
That
injury.
motherfucker jumped 3 feet, man, off the ground. That motherfucker 2 feet off the ground,
Yeah,
man.
he took 11 threes last night.
Throw it up,
That's
man.
crazy.
Damn. Just throw it by the
His
rim.
side
Just
taking
being an
11
MVP
threes.
I mean, for me, that's what's more scary, especially in this three-point driven league. Like, once he gets that,
Like perfect balance.
He'll be in that
twos
MVP
and
conversation
threes.
next year.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
once he starts pulling up from long range,
Once he get a little stronger, it's so over.
Once they realize the drive and dive and just throw it by the rim, there's nobody tall enough.
He's a cheat code.
There's nobody
He's a
tall
cheat
enough to
code.
throw a lob to him and they can deflect it out the air.
no.
Like that. Just throw it up and just
Just hold their head down.
Drop it in.
like if Trae Young went there, it'd be a problem for the league.
Gosh.
It'd be a
I
problem
need
because
that to
Trae's gonna put so much pressure on the rim anyway, just driving. That the fact that you even think about trying to block him, he's just gonna lay that up.
Yeah.
James Harden, you fucking James Harden.
That's,
You
I
know,
mean, so what, yeah, like,
somebody like guys like that, James Harden, guys like James, Trae Young. Eek.
James will be a free agent.
He ain't going to no San Antonio.
But that's,
From Atlanta.
but how
I
much?
mean,
Okay.
Trae Young could go to San Antonio.
But how much of the appeal of being able to play with Wemby outweigh having to live in San Antonio full time?
Man,
I mean, he
go
live in
play with
Atlanta.
that boy.
He live in Atlanta.
Like, go play with that kid.
May don't really, I mean, when you winning, you winning though.
Yeah, you saying, if you guys,
You know what I'm saying? Like they're at their height of their career. So
That's what I said, you're not
that
in the city more than you're not in the city 10 days in a row.
so it's not a big, I'm saying if you have the option now to
Take your
go
ass
be able to
San
play with.
Antonio.
Because if I'm Trae, and we were talking about Trae a little bit more in a second, but if I'm Trae, that's an easy 12, 13 dimes
sure.
I can get once they fill that roster.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
That'd
that's
be the perfect system for him.
like,
Do that
yeah.
whole Tim Duncan and Tony Parker.
All right, well, let's keep this thing moving. Talking about a topic we don't hit very often. We got to hit LeBron. Made some more history recently. The chat's been clamoring for it. Made some more history recently, becoming the GOAT scorer in all of basketball. So LeBron passed Brazilian legend Oscar Schmidt in total points, taking into account regular season playoffs and international competition.
That's a lot of.
That's a lot. That's a lot of wear and tear on the body.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So that includes regular, just professional, so regular season playoffs and also international competition. A lot of bucket getting, but let's talk about what LeBron's doing out of here. Goes Gil Crunchy number.
No, go, do your thing.
No, because you're doing something. I don't like you always be up to something. As soon as you look at that phone, you used to be the notebook.
Yeah,
Now
where's
you
your
don't.
Where's your handy dandy notebook?
Stole it.
We want the notebook.
Y'all took it from him.
I didn't appreciate all of the notes in there.
Wait, that's dude's totals?
That's Oscar Schmidt's totals.
Because October 5th, didn't he need 3,821 points?
I mean, that's so. There. Some people are saying that's including amateur numbers, and that some people say that Schmidt has scored over 50,000 points, but based on his international pro career totals,
Okay.
what I believe that graphic is, LeBron has passed it. But let's talk about Bron these past two games. He's been on a tear, so after giving the Nets a 40-piece on Sunday, followed it up by dropping 23 points in LeBronto on Tuesday in a win over the Raptors. Combined for 63 points and only 6 missed field goals total during that span. So he's 23 for 29 in the last two games, 10 for 11 from 3. Lakers are on 4-1 on their current road trip. Final game tonight against the Wizards.
Yeah, Gil, you happy over there?
Yo, you know, I know.
When a plan comes together.
So this Lakers squad reached the Western Conference Finals last year. It felt like people were sleeping on them then. Now, I think they've outperformed their win total already, but the West is much, much deeper than it was last season. Like, this win total would have had them somewhere in the top 4 or 5. Now they've been holding on to that ninth spot for a while. But are people sleeping on this Lakers squad more than they have in the past?
I don't think so. I mean, Suns, Clippers, Lakers, right? Those are 3 teams everybody had in high regards coming into the season, right? Because of so much talent that they have on the team. So it's not like you want to play any one of those teams in the playoffs, and you know, the matchups is going to determine who actually pulls out. But any three of those teams that's in 7, 8, 9, 10 can be in the Western Conference Finals. So,
Do you think even that Warrior squad?
no. Relax.
7,
Relax.
7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th seed
It's
right
a
now
10.
is the Golden State Warriors. That's why I had to ask you.
But any
You did
real
say it.
basketball
I did,
fan wants
I
to
did.
see LeBron in the
I
playoffs.
did. You caught me right
You said
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
Because I
players
tend to
fuck
do.
up, you know.
there. I mean, but shit, they could end up in the.
Oh, the. Ooh.
Don't.
It's about to get very interesting.
That's why I heard someone say that they'd be disappointed if, like, KD didn't make it to the Western Conference Finals, and I'm saying, well, you can't give that pressure on just one person, because Denver's supposed to make it to the Western Conference Finals, Suns supposed to make it to the Western Conference Finals, Clippers supposed to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Lakers, well, we get leverage, but we're supposed to make it to the West Conference. Only 2 can make it there. So 2 teams are going to falter, right? So you can't put the pressure on one player. Say, if you don't make it there, it's a down point. The way this talent is, it is what it is when it comes to that, right? I mean,
Yeah, the West is stacked.
If we look at the
So
strength,
stacked,
strength of the West in comparison to the East, and
I mean, you don't really know who's coming out of the West. Like, honestly, you don't. I mean, Denver, but you don't.
you know what's funny?
I still think it's
Are we at the point, if Denver don't make it to the Western Conference Finals,
Do we care?
do we care?
No.
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 Like, if they don't make it, and be like, people,
Yeah.
Well,
people be like,
do you think that's why they play so well and they play at such like a, even keel all the time? Because they're the defending champions and there's really no expectation for them to repeat.
That's the fucked up, that there's no
Crazy.
expectations on them dudes
to do
to repeat.
And they're playing well. They're at the top of the West.
But we don't, like you
They're
said.
playing at a high level. They're beating the shit out of people.
is there no
And everyone's
expectation?
like, meh.
Is there no expectation, or do we just expect them to be there,
It's just
regardless of
weird.
what we
It's
see during
odd.
the season?
No, but if they don't make it, do you think there's not gonna be
No one's gonna be like,
slander? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, and then we're just gonna keep moving on like they didn't just
Yeah.
like they were in the 3rd seed, for 4th seed. No one said anything about Denver Nuggets. Like, they're having a bad year. They're having no one.
Well, they're back at 1 though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like they are a well-oiled machine that everyone's kind of just like, You know how they remind me of? They remind me of South Carolina girls. Everyone's just kind of like, they're just really, really good, and they're going to continue to be really, really good. And then that's kind of how Denver.
I know they're top spot in the West, but does it feel like the Nuggets have even underperformed this year, building off that championship year? Like,
I just don't think
53 and
How
20.
can you
I just-
say
I just think we don't
underperform if
care.
you're number one
Yeah,
still?
but compared to like a team like the Celtics, right, who literally got 11-game lead in the East,
And everyone's like, they're not even going to get to the finals.
If Boston, listen, if
or 12 games now.
if what's the name don't make it to the finals, right, and win a championship, we're gonna look at him like
Who, Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah, like it's crazy.
If Denver loses in the first, let's say they play Phoenix Suns in the first round and lose to the Phoenix Suns, we wouldn't even be say that's an upset.
No.
I'm like,
Good for them. Good for Phoenix.
good for Phoenix. I mean, they
No, that's
they
crazy.
should win.
So-
it's just this weird. We're in this weird space where
It don't matter.
It's not even keel across the board when we're talking about teams.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just directly compare how people talk about the Celtics versus how they talk about the Nuggets, you would think the Celtics were the defending champs,
Yeah.
not the Nuggets. And they're 12 games ahead of everybody else in the East.
But also, I just feel like you watch this Nugget squad and you know that they will turn it up when the postseason happens. I mean, because same thing last year. They were ahead in the West, kind of chilled out a little bit. I won't say they took their foot off the gas, but as soon as playoffs started, they were right back into it. And other than the Timberwolves, were just like not really worried about none of y'all.
They don't really have they just have a good team. Like, yeah, Jokic is their star, but it's just like, they're just a good team.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care to watch a good team. Like, we want to see a player. Like, we want to see that. Like, we want to see
You
him.
don't wanna
like,
watch-
they ain't got like a him.
Joker's not him to you, though?
They don't have a him. Like he don't even care about like being here. So
Yeah,
it's
he
like
don't-
he don't really have that him type thing. So it's
But
like
he don't
it's just
care,
like-
but he be cooking dudes though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
yeah, but not like Luka be cooking. Like that's a him.
well,
Hey, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
And I want y'all to answer it because they say I hate Euros anyway.
Okay. All right. You do be hating on the Euro.
the fact that you call them all Euros when there's literally 300 countries around the globe, different.
Yeah, but they
continents,
all won.
I think.
No, because
They all
No,
won.
no,
If you're not
because-
from America, you just all
wait,
You
hold
were
on.
Euro.
No.
Foreigners.
Because they don't use the word foreigners or international players. They say Euro because who are the stars here? Is it foreigners or is it the Euro
Europe.
players?
They're
The
from
guys,
Europe.
right? The guys from Europe, exactly.
By way of Africa, but yeah.
So
Oh yeah, SGA is fat Canadian.
do the big media give Euros this long leash? This long leash of, hey, just play basketball, right? And they micromanage everyone else.
I think
Is that a real thing, or is it just me?
Do you think,
Right, like-
do you think
like-
they give Giannis a long leash?
Jason Tatum damn near can't be a superstar because a 25-year-old can't make it win a championship.
I think that Jason Tatum,
Right,
of course, is very
he's a young kid still. We're not talking about he went to the championship at the age of damn near 22, 23, 24. And then you have Luka over here who's compared to Michael Jordan, and he's James Harden. He's literally James Harden, right? A dude who scored a lot of points, don't play no defense, right? But we see what they did to James Harden, who didn't play defense. They let the world know he didn't play no defense. They let the world know he was a one-sided player. This is all he do. He's just a stat keeper. Luka is considered the next Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan who played defense and offense. And we have one-sided where we're like, all right, one-sided. Well, we know what that looks like. That's James Harden. Can he say he's better than James Harden at scoring? Can't even do that. They can't even you can't even argue that he's a better scorer than James Harden in that same category. But he's considered the next Michael Jordan. And I guarantee you, they wouldn't even put his ass in front of Larry Bird. Made the argument, who's better, Larry Bird or Luka? Media, shut the fuck up then. It just be those things like, well, like, you know, I like scoring. You know, I mean, scoring is scoring.
Yeah.
But like, be fair when you're doing these situations, right? You know, Euro has been good, but let's just be honest. It's two championships in the last 15-some years
Since Dirk.
as a lead dog. You know,
Like Giannis and Joker.
Giannis and Joker.
And then I think
That's what I said last.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, for all of history, it's 3 Euro championships.
So you feel like the American media holds American players to I wouldn't say higher standard, but more critical of
They're
them than they are
extremely
compared to.
more
Yeah, for sure.
critical.
Yeah, I think they're just so. So intrigued with opening up the world to basketball that it's like they're like that parent that's coaching his kid, right?
Okay.
You're
You don't
so
hype
hard.
your- yeah.
You're so hard on your own kid, and you let everybody else do that, where your kid starts to despise you.
Right.
And that's exactly what was happening with NBA players in the media.
Yeah, like the NBA
overall.
players is hating the American media because like, yo, the dude doing the same thing. We both taking the same chicken. I'm 38 and 12, 36 and 12, right? I need to pass the ball. I'm a ball hog. The offense ain't worth shit. You know, I'm this type of player. He doing the same thing. And, Luke is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he's like, come on, dog. We both doing the same thing, dog.
Yeah, but this season for Luka, I don't think anybody's put those level of numbers up in history. Across the board, I'm just saying with the assists and rebounds. Pull it up.
I mean, I
It's
thought
playing out of his mind right now.
I thought I saw some shit. I mean, you gonna put Luka up?
I'll pull Luka's stats up.
The James Harden 30, what year was that? 36 and what do you average? 36 and 7?
How many rebounds?
6.
So Luka right now averaging 34, 10 assists, 9 rebounds.
Now you wanna show that scoring? Because I mean, besides Jordan or Will, I've never seen someone who scored 20. He scored a 15 and didn't score under 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Then he scored a 28, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 39. Out of 39 games, he scored over 30 or more. He scored a 28, 29, and everything was 30 and above.
Understandable.
He was considered just a one-trick pony. So what we're doing is, because Luka gets more rebounds because he's 6'10", 6'9" and a half, we give it some type of.
Oh, I get it. For sure.
You know, we give it some type of, oh man, this is great, because the stat looks good. But where's the winning? Where's the defense? If you're gonna call the spade a spade, call it a spade a spade.
Yeah.
He does one thing very well.
Seems
Scoring.
Like he gets a pass. 2 Mavs don't make the playoffs last season.
Oh, it's Kyrie's fault.
You know, they should be, I'd say, higher in the Western Conference this season.
I mean, he's going to go in the
play at that
playoffs. He's
level.
going to go in the playoffs. He's going to torch the shit out whoever guarding him. Right? That's what it is. But is he going to stop anybody? No. So, you know, treat all the one-sided players like one-sided players. That's all I'm saying. But it just seems like they get a little leeway, right? Joker gets a little leeway for only playing offense. You don't. Right? No one's ever said, "Oh man, Joker can't guard nobody." No one cares. Right? No one gives two shits.
And from the Joker standpoint, winning the chip, winning the Finals MVP, I think is a much different position than a Luka having yet to reach a Finals, with all the individual accolades and, like you say, the MJ comparisons. But
It's like, hey, like again, it's that parent who's coaching his kid, right?
Do you think because they come over here and they already been pros,
That's what.
that's why they give them the leeway, because they're already been, like, they feel like they're more mature?
I think it's just it's the idea of just, it's something new. I don't know.
Or do you think the media has more opinions on the American players because they've pretty much watched them grow up and develop here, whereas the European players are kind of just, they're, like Brandon said, they're already pros, are kind of just dropped in. So like the media doesn't really have that many opinions on them prior to them arriving to the NBA, whereas a lot of these American players, they've been high school, college, they have all these opinions of them already, and then they get to the pros.
It reminds me of, it's like, you know how when you expect someone to be great, you put them at a pedestal and they have to be here? It seems like with the Euro, it's just, whatever you bring us, we're gonna take, right? You know what I mean? It's you bring us the championship, great. You bring us 30 points, great. You bring us, well, Tatum, we expect you to be great, right? So you be great. If you're not great, then we're gonna kill you in the, hey, Luka, hey, Shay, what's happening, right? Anyone that does anything, we're gonna give it this praise, but for the most part, it's, you better be great because you are the franchise, you are American, you have the style, you have the charisma, so, and that's what it looks like from sitting and watching. It's like, you give one, like I have hopes for you, I don't have hopes for you, but whatever you give us, trust me, we're gonna blow this shit out the park. Like if the American player did interviews like Jokic, I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, whatever. They be trying to find the fuck out that dude.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I think that's a fair statement to make. If Tatum says something, you know, I mean,
I clock in, I clock
I'm
out.
trying to get to these horses. I'm trying to get back to these horses, dog.
I clock in, I clock
I'm not
out.
even tripping. Yeah, there would be a lot more going.
But there's an advantage though. The one advantage we do have is, yeah, I'm gonna say it. When they say the face of the face of the league,
Yeah.
it's never gonna be really a Euro.
No.
You feel like Wemby can't be the face of the NBA at some point?
Think about your company. Where's your company? Where's the NBA company at? The NBA company is here. It's here. You're selling your product to the American people.
But are you?
You're
If
not
trying
gonna
to be a global game.
But
Trying to get bread from everywhere.
Where are your buyers at?
To here in China, would
Right?
be the
Where
truth.
your buyers are here. Right? So when you're talking about you need to sell something, you're selling something that they can relate to. You're not going to sell something that doesn't even really speak English. Right? You can't sell them that. You can sell Wemby because he's speaking English, but for the most part, you can't sell.
I mean, it's selling in China.
Who?
NBA for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can sell it to China. I mean, like,
It's 1 billion people. That's more than here.
you're selling it, but are you? But what I'm saying is, your station, your product is here. You're-
There is one that could potentially be the face. It's
It's-
Wemby. It is Wemby, I think. But that's a long time from now. I think
Uh,
he's so young.
but
I
that's
feel like he's embracing that, at least even now at this age.
like when it was, I guess it was April Fool's when they said, "Oh, Wemby got his American card." I was like, that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because now the U.S. will push him like he's their own,
Yeah.
right? It will make perfect sense. But you're trying to push someone who doesn't even want to be here, and he's not going to be here in the summer. He's always over there.
Yeah.
When you talk about Jokic, there's a reason that his jersey don't sell and the Euro jersey is not popping like that. This is so. But what do I know?
What are the top jersey?
But
What are the top jersey sales this year? I'm curious.
Oh,
Top jersey sales?
Steph,
Steph is one?
LeBron, Tatum. Embiid is like 9th. Maxi's in front of him
Wow.
during the MVP run. During his MVP run, and Jokic was 14 out of 15. He was ranked 14 out
It
of
was
15.
interesting seeing that. Jersey sales.
Yeah,
Well, let's
sorry.
Let's see.
let's talk about another one of your favorite topics, Gil, the Milwaukee Bucks. So, Bucks didn't have Dame for their road game against the Wizards Tuesday night, but still no excuse for taking the L to one of the worst teams in the league, especially with the Cavs creeping closer to moving Milwaukee out of the second spot in the East. And the Wizards did not have Kyle Kuzma on the other side, so makes it a little even more embarrassing. But nonetheless,
Wait, who'd you say? No.
Wizards didn't have Kuz. Bucks didn't have Dame. I'm just saying. Okay.
Kuzma, Kuzma.
Yeah, I know. Don't hail your Wizards brethren. They're trying to get a bobblehead. So Bucks are now 18-20 on the road this season. After the game, Giannis was asked about the team's struggles to get wins away from the crib.
Under 500. Wow. I don't know why. What was the last time you lost from Washington?
In Washington, I know you've won 6 in a row over the Wizards, so a couple years, couple seasons.
Yeah. So
What is it? It's sticky.
I don't know, man. I wish I did. Obviously, we got to be better on the road. Hopefully, moving forward, the last 7 games we can be. I don't know if we have road games left, but we have to be better, and hopefully we can carry that over to the playoffs.
So Doc Rivers was also asked about the road struggles, had this to say: I don't know, I think focus, I don't know what it is. You know, it's funny, I've actually been sitting back and watching everything, not just our players, but our travel crew, everything, and I've made a lot of notes. I will say that. I won't share that, but we don't bring the necessary professionalism, seriousness on the road, and that's something that we can fix, and that's something that we're going to have to fix?
Not the support staff catching another stray. They already used that excuse this year.
First it was the equipment,
Yeah,
you can watch the
don't
jerseys
blame the
better.
support staff, please. They not on the court. Gil, put your shades back on.
Our resident Bucks fan questioning why Doc is still acting like a consultant after coaching the team for the past few months. He said, no need to make notes. You can actually just go fix that.
That's true.
Once you make the notes, like, all right.
Like you are now.
I don't like how y'all
Make
moving.
decisions.
The glasses on. So how concerning are the Bucks' road struggles this season as they get ready for the playoffs? Mr. B, you are a resident Bucks fan. Mr. Bucks and 6.
The same way Giannis is, whew,
We under 500? Like,
you know. No, it's not good. I don't know what to say, man. I was bowling last night. I didn't get the chance to catch the game. So.
I was at Dude Dirty's house playing Madden, so I didn't see it either. Oh no. Gil, can we get proof of life? You all right? Oh, I was making sure. No.
I was Doc Riverson, baby. I was sleeping on the job. Sleeping on the job, man. Just collected this check, because ain't no damn way he coaching. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I did just collected a check, talking about he had to keep notes and shit. What the fuck were you doing as a consultant then? Right? Keeping notes and...
About nothing that has to do with basketball. At that.
I've been taking notes on all you.
He said,
What notes is he taking notes on himself? You know what, listen, if you want me off your back, Doc, just do exactly what you're supposed to do. What's going on? Shit, it's me right now, you know what I mean? I took a job that I shouldn't have took. I should have waited till the summer and then took this job, because right now, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Can they bring the old coach back for the playoffs?
Right, because this is, I mean, what are we talking about?
I'm just going to read it again. Said, I've been actually sitting back and watching everything, not just our players, but our travel crew. Everything, and I made a lot of notes. I will say that. I won't share that, but we don't bring the necessary professionalism, seriousness on the road, and that's something we can't fix. He told Eric Neem
You're not going to share it, then you shouldn't even mention that.
No, I can't even, these facts. He's been sitting back, taking notes. He ain't been coaching.
He ain't been coaching.
He ain't been coaching. Good job, Doc.
So you've been taking notes on everything
besides.
And then not doing your actual job. If he wanted to sit back and take notes, he could have stayed in his consulting role.
Man, I just hope we find a way to get it together.
And let me just see something real quick.
As I mentioned, Bucks 18 and 20.
18 and 20 on the road is bad.
Hold on, let's put some.
Because the playoffs is about winning on the road.
Let's put some of this in context then. What was the, hold on.
Hey, can we go to the jumbo and just show Giannis's face right there?
Yeah, I mean, like, he looks like he don't even got no more answers.
18, whoa, under 500.
Because remember when...
That's when you know y'all fucked up, when
Giannis,
you don't even know.
Bro, I don't even know what's happening.
I don't know what's wrong with you. Good, you doing? You getting your Doogie Howser on?
Before, he was like very adamant about this needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change. Now he's kind of like, shit, I don't know what we got going on no more.
So, again, Mr. B, Mr. Bucks and 6, you've experienced a Bucks championship parade before. How confident are you this Bucks squad can beat the Celtics in a 7-game series?
I'm a little worried. But if we're healthy, we got a chance. If we're healthy, we got a chance. Definitely talented enough. But I'm a little worried right now because 18 and 20 on the road is terrible. And the season about to end in, what, 2 weeks? Yeah.
What are you looking at?
9. What was that record?
Total record?
You said on the road?
So he's 18 and 20.
18 and 20 on the road.
18 and 20. So he's lost 11 games as a coach on the road.
Out of
For 20.
out of the 20.
Mm-hmm. So he's lost.
11 of them.
So he's lost 11 out of the 20.
Bad losses too. Like, that's a bad loss.
Like something like this, right? You remember I said it. Remember I said the same thing what I was saying about Embiid. Doc, what was the upside of you taking this job? They were 30-13. What was the expectations for you coming here? What was your upside? Because if you lose, this is what we get to do. If you win, you don't get no reward. You don't get no credit for it because, one, if Giannis wasn't hurt, we probably had them winning the championship, right? Your team is second. You're going to be second. So you don't get no credit for doing what was already being done. So you don't get no credit. You just get all negativity on this, right? You're second right now. We're still laughing at you. You could have waited till the summer, let them fail if they were going to fail or not, and they get the job and have a clean slate at it.
Well, like you said, it's that competitive spirit.
That's the check. As an owner, why am I giving you a long deal? You're coming in, you don't prove anything, and I'm signing you to a $30 million deal off the jump? Yeah, you got dirt on me.
That's what I'm saying. There's some weird going on.
You got dirt on me. I went to one of them parties or something. You got a tape on me. You got something on me. I'm sorry. Ain't no damn way.
Not one of them parties. Not one of them parties.
He went to the party. He got dirt on somebody. He got dirt on somebody. Good shit, Doc, because ain't no fucking way. You come in, the team is 30-13, and I'm giving you $30 million on a team that's already good? A job you want? I'm gonna sign you for the rest of the year, see what happens. Then at the end of the year, we can negotiate. But right now, I'm not gonna just give you 3-year deal for what? What you ain't proving nothing yet. Shit, they could have waited 2 weeks and realized, all right, hold on. Yeah, we gon' you starting off rough, buddy. I know they sitting there, man, like, God damn, dog, we could have waited 72 hours.
Because they still got to pay what? The other two coaches, huh?
Still paying Budenholzer, still paying Adrian Griffin.
That's
Niggas out there paying about what? $30 million in coach salary. Y'all some dummies. They some dummies, boy. I think that when y'all think NBA upstairs is smart, just think about the Bucks. They got 3 coaches. They got 3 coaches on staff making top dollars losing to the Wizards. Yeah, y'all a smart ass organization. Hey, give it up for the Bucks. Y'all make great decisions on that motherfucker.
Gil, tons of season left.
Hey, man.
No. It's a lot left.
Listen.
It's a lot left.
Tons of season
Y'all know
left.
y'all know that the NBA player back in the day, you convinced them motherfuckers about your CD, you about to start a record company. Them the ones you talk to right there. Hey, little owner, I got this record label I want to This the money you get. You get to check out this motherfucker.
Some successful record labels. Some success seen on that side.
Season ain't over yet.
You can sell them motherfuckers anything.
Shaq did have a platinum album.
That did go platinum.
That did go.
Oh my God, this motherfucking idiots over there, dog.
Gil, do you
sorry,
think that,
man.
I'm gonna give you 2 options. Do you think that the Lakers will be playing deeper into the playoffs than the Bucks?
Why are you trying to make this personal?
I'm just because Doc Rivers watching the show. I want him to get his get back.
I mean, they are a 2 seed, so
Okay, I'm just asking.
I mean,
Just ask.
and they could get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They could, but I mean,
And are you saying if Doc does lead the Bucks to a chip this year, he doesn't deserve credit for that? Would he earn some of your respect back?
He does deserve credit. 18-20, and then to go into the playoffs.
but now that's the problem, dog. That's the problem.
What?
It's like being so good, bring the expectations down to go
then
back to
go
where you were. And
better.
we're like, woo!
Yeah, that is the American way, though.
I mean, that's what
Okay.
I mean, hey, we hit a rough patch. Now we right back.
You're getting.
But you lower the expectations,
Yep.
And then exceed them.
and then
Yep.
say, look what I
And then
did.
once
I
playoffs
was
hit,
messing up, I had to
boom.
figure it out.
Once playoffs hit, boom, we go on that Boston run that he had.
Hey, man. Not mad at
You
that
get-
strategy.
Right.
Beats your logic a little bit.
Does it?
A little bit. Hooray, you turned the team around.
So would you give your credit? Would you give your spouse credit for talking to a girl, right? Talking to a girl, meeting up with the girl, taking her out to eat, boom, 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 drinking with her at her house, getting ready to take the clothes off, and then don't do it. Are you giving him credit for that? He didn't cheat. He didn't go
I
there.
personally am not. But
Okay.
we're not talking about me.
I'm just saying, that's what this is. Like,
But there's a
he's
lot of
doing
people
all this cheating right
There's
here.
a lot of people who would be like, good job.
I know if I'm the dude, you better give me credit for it. But I'm just saying, like, you can't be 30-13, fail so bad to go back to where you were, and we give you a standing ovation.
Well, that's
Why-
what's going to
this is
freaking
America.
happen,
You can do whatever
Gil.
you
You know
want.
that's going to happen if it happens. You know that's
Hey,
going to happen.
who's the owner over there?
Lazary, Eden, or did Lazary?
No, I think it's three. It's three owners, right?
They brought Haslam in. Oh, no, am I tripping?
They bought somebody in. I thought it was three owners.
Who's that?
Yeah, Jimmy Haslam, who I think bought the shares from.
Hey, Jimmy, listen, I got this
They bought Mark Lazry's 25%.
I got this $300 million idea. Just give me the check right now, and then I give you the idea next week. All right? And then he might do it.
Good. Now, if we find out that you've been consulting for the Bucks,
Listen, I could have pulled that record off from the couch. Them motherfuckers got 3 coaches on payroll, dog.
I think we're gonna turn around in the playoffs. Watch.
I don't care.
and if it happens, let Gil know about
Oh,
it.
for
We will
sure.
get Gilbert Arenas to Milwaukee.
For sure.
Or even
I'm not giving them credit for something that we thought they were going to do anyway. When they were 30-13, it was like, okay, they going to the championship.
Gil, if the Bucks go to the finals, we have to do a Gil's Arena from Milwaukee.
We already had them going to the finals with Adrian Griffin. So what does
I
Doc
didn't.
get for going there? That's like with
I did not.
Tyronn Lue, right?
When he took over for Black,
Yeah. The way they were playing, they was 41 and something, 30 something. They were number 1 in the Eastern Conference. Okay, they're going to the chip. So Ty Lue getting the job, taking them to the same place that they were going anyway.
they were 30-11 when
30-11.
they made the change.
30-11. That means Tyrone was 29-12? Did I do that right?
I'm waiting.
Wait, what team are we talking about? Oh.
The
Cavs squad that
The Cavs squad that went to the
Cavs.
Huh?
27 and 14 was tough.
27
When
and
they
14.
won
So
the
he was worse. His record was worse, right? Went to the championship, he gets the credit for the championship. It's like,
3-1.
yeah.
Greatest comeback in NBA history for those who didn't see that 2016 NBA
Great
final.
finals.
But we will keep monitoring the situation. Playoffs are around the corner. This all may mean nothing in a few weeks.
Well, man, Doc,
It ain't gonna mean nothing in a couple of weeks.
what's not gonna mean nothing?
It's gonna be quiet when playoffs. start.
Okay,
Who?
sure.
You.
He wants the Bucks too. He picked the Bucks. Did you
No,
pick
he
the
ain't
Bucks?
picked
in
the Bucks. He got the. He
No,
got
I had the Bucks
he
at
got
the beginning of the
Lakers.
season. Then as soon as they got
No,
Doc,
out of the East.
Y'all remember I'm been the only one that's been on the same road.
You
Makes
picked-
my balls itch. That's what he does.
That's
Hearing his name.
a lot of
Ah.
information to share on Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy Woo Woo. Right. That's, HR just sent the email.
He should have just voted for me for the All-Star game.
This is what it all comes back to.
He should have voted.
Let it
Yeah,
go,
certain
Gil,
certain stuff in basketball you can't go. Certain stuff is just beef forever. But certain hoopers,
Beef
Hold on to
forever.
it tight.
yeah, it's beef forever. It's just like don't even say nothing.
And what if he says sorry? Would that change anything?
$10 and 6.
Okay. Hit Gil's line.
I forgive easy. I go on to someone else.
All right, let's keep it moving. So,
Bucks and 6.
$1 and 6. Damn, what's happening? That's all I wanted. My bad. That's all he had to say. He had the pressures above. Come on, when you averaging 29, and come on, dog. You voting for Tayshaun Prince and that's all. I can't.
so let's keep this moving. During
Averaging
recent-
29 and not make the my bad. Go ahead.
No, good.
They had that. They was voting for their friends that year.
I'd have the same level of anger. So during the recent episode of All the Smoke, Rajon Rondo officially chunked the proverbial deuces on his NBA career.
It's official. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I can't. I gotta spend time. I'd rather spend time with my kids than
We see you enjoy that, dog.
Making $200 million, and I'm, telling them certain things. They're like, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go with my kids over here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When you sit back and look, because most of the time in the moment we never get a chance to. When we just read your accolades, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other shit we didn't list, but just the plane rides, the locker rooms, the bus rides. Like when you sit back and look out over it, what do you think?
What a time. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely something that I would never took for granted, while I was in the game. I loved every minute of it, and I appreciate the brotherhood that I was able to share and bond and grow with over the years. I learned so much in this game, and it's made me the man who I am today.
So in his 16 seasons, he was a 2-time champ with the Celtics and Lakers, 4-time All-Star, 4-time All-Defensive Selection. I think he's top 15 all-time in assists. Had 4 seasons averaging more than 11 assists during his career. So good, when you look back at Rondo and his contributions to the game, what had made Rondo's game so special?
That he was really one of those guys that was really trying to get the best players the ball, right? I remember when someone said, once you need to work on your jump shot, because my job is not to shoot the ball, my job is to get the shooters the ball, right? So he really dedicated himself to just making sure that the game was being played the right way, the right people got the ball.
Yeah.
Lexi, resident Celtics fan.
Yeah, I remember that championship run they had. That was just a really fun team to watch, and to have Rondo just facilitating. Like, he just got everybody the ball where they needed it, when they needed it. And then he had his moments when he was, like, the star of that game, but those were, like, not as often as his teammates. But he was, like, one of the first point guards when I got, like, a little older that, like, made me really, really appreciate that point guard role and how important it is to have a facilitating point guard that knows his teammates or her teammates extremely well, has a good relationship with the coach, extension of the coach on the floor. Like, I loved watching Rondo play.
Yeah, great point guard, great pass first point guard. Had a great run in Boston on that team. To be able to control all those vets and all those Hall of Famers, and get everybody in the right positions. Speak highly of him as a leader, as a point guard. So, yeah, man, shout out Rondo. Oak Hill alumni too.
Mr. Game 6? Mr. Game 6 for the Lakers when he had 20 points come off the bench. Mm-hmm. Got us that championship here in the Lakers. Whoop, whoop.
So, LeBron actually spoke on Rondo once the retirement was announced, said, one of the best players I ever played with. Obviously, his IQ is out of this world. I was very lucky to get to team up with him. Being in LA and him coming to the Lakers, I was ecstatic about that. I knew what we could accomplish together. Rondo's always talked about if we ever teamed up with me, he knew we could win a championship, and we did that. Also a master of Connect Four, for those who are wondering.
What?
Connect Four, the game.
Who Rondo is?
He ain't beating me in Connect Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he can win.
Your Connect Four game.
My Connect Four game is real vicious. Real vicious. Oh, Connect Four?
The Gills Arena Connect Four shootout.
For Connect Four and...
What about Monopoly? You good at Monopoly?
Hell yeah, I'm good at it. I cheat.
How do you cheat in Monopoly other than just taking
How do I
extra money?
cheat? Taking extra money.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got the money before the game
I thought you were
started.
gonna,
So you got like what, 3 or 4 games, and you go get.
I thought you were just gonna be like.
You got like 3 or 4.
I already have an extra Monopoly, so I take money out of there just in case you count money.
Like, some cool cheating shit, just taking extra.
I know
dollars.
people who do.
Oh, I mean, I got like with the dice where I was like, oh, boardwalk, and I got 10. If you ain't looking, and instead of shaking it, I just slide it. Ooh, 8. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Oh shit!
Never playing Monopoly with you.
This shit like that? Yeah.
I know somebody who had like
Can't
extra
cheat
money
in
one
Connect
time
Four.
playing Monopoly. Like came back and had some extra money.
I keeps extra dollars.
Prince of Bills.
Monopoly.
Uno. What? Board
I
game?
feel like Connect Four is one of the only games that you will not be able to cheat at.
Yeah, you can.
Connect Four?
Yeah, you cannot cheat Connect Four.
No, I'm talented in Connect Four. I got schemes.
Does it matter whether you go first or second?
It don't matter. I got schemes
got
for
different
first.
schemes?
I watch strategies on going second, strategies going first. Yes, I do all that. All like going in the middle shit. Checkers, depending on the rules.
Depending on the rules.
What about chess?
Because sometimes you can jump.
Chess, no.
I don't know how to play chess.
Checkers?
Huh?
You good at checkers?
No more. But that connect photo.
What other games are there?
I'm nice at Monopoly, dog, and Uno.
You ain't not gonna beat me in
Uno.
Uno.
Be taking too long.
It is an extensive
Like,
game.
I don't know why I can't stop cheating in Uno.
Yeah, you say you cheated Monopoly too.
Like, because what I'm saying is like, if I'm dealing, for sure, I'm gonna give you 8 cards. I'm gonna give myself 6. Right, I do shit like that.
Okay, so
right, because usually I got two draw 4s under my leg at all times, just in case I need that shit.
Where's the joy of winning these games fairly?
Hey, yo,
like, how are you happy cheating?
That sound like Gil, bro. That sound like something Gil would do.
How are you happy? There's no way you happy winning like that.
Moral of the story is do not play board games with Gil.
Yeah, what
How
about
does that make
dominoes?
you
You nice at
happy?
dominoes?
How does it make me happy?
Knowing that we all know you cheating anyway, that's you not being low with it at a certain point. So it's like that can't be fun. People like he cheated. Who
I
cares?
cheat in everything. Got the spades.
I don't know.
Partner spades.
Dominoes, you can't.
Like,
dominoes.
listen, this is here. This is me and my spade partner. We undefeated. Here's why. You know how you say, you know how you give clues like, yo, I got a possible.
Mm-hmm.
When we say that, we're telling them exactly how many spades we got, right? So it sounds like that. You know, there's 13 spades. I'm like, yo, I got a possible 6. And then he'll be like, shit, I got a possible 3. So between the two of us, we know we got 9 spades. Then you hear some stupid shit like, well, then we'll take like 5 books. And you're like, what the fuck? You got a possible 6, you got 3. So we just letting each other know how many spades we have. And then be like, alley-oop. You're like, yo, alley-oop. That means I don't have any more of that, so I'm cutting. Throw the lob. Yeah, so we talking basketball. Throw the lob.
I don't know how to play spades, so.
It's icy around here. That means cold heart. It's icy around here. That means throw the hearts.
No one will teach me.
I cheat. So that's my little trigger. We be like, yo, so for us to know how many spades we got, we be like, we go with, we got a possible, since that's just normal talk.
So basically, don't play any
don't play no game
anything with got it.
unless an actual shootout.
So now people, if y'all playing spades, throw that. I got a possible 5. Nigga, I got a possible 6. Ooh, that means they ain't got no trap. Shit. Run the table on them. We can be partners though. See, I'm good with the cheat. I'm cheating all the time.
Your producers would just like you to know that a great cheater never reveals all of his grifts.
So that means I got a lot of them. And the ones I told you, y'all be like, damn, that's some good ass. That's some good ones right there.
Man.
You got better ones?
Yeah.
No.
So, question for Brandon and question for you too, Gil. Just with Rondo announcing his retirement, what do you miss the most about being in the league? It can be on court, off court, but what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Traveling.
The travel?
The travel.
You missed that? It was fun?
Yeah, the travel and then just the schedule. Like the waking up every day, going to the gym, like just the consistency of it, like the lifestyle, hotels, like everything. Like it's like a dream come true. Like, you know, so to play in the NBA is like just the whole 9, the whole process of it.
Being around people with the same dream as you since you was little, right? Right? You know, like when you're a little kid and y'all saying, you know, I want to be in the NBA, right? You're in a locker room with people who had the same dream, right? Y'all are going through, for the most part, y'all going through the same problems, right? So, you know, when you're talking about family, when you really think about it, that becomes your actual family, because those are the only people that identify with you from top to bottom, right? If you're going through like highs, you got somebody who can identify with that, right? You know, you're going through lows, there's somebody on the team that's going through the same problem. Divorces, kids, right? Side chicks, right? Somebody blackmailing you, right? You're all going through the same, you're going through the same problem.
That's a very broad spectrum.
That's what I'm saying, like, but that's what I said. If you one of those dudes that's going through all of it, shit, there's somebody on there, alcoholic, there's a motherfucker on there with you.
That's it.
Right?
It's a lot of shit in that locker.
Right? You know, so because you got the same personalities and different, you're like, these are the people you miss. So when you get back to your regular world, there's no one that identifies with you. You're not what you're going through in life. There's no friend that you're gonna have that
Understands
you.
So from your perspective, just how comforting is it knowing that you could be going through some absolutely wild shit and there's somebody on the team who's like, oh, you think that's bad?
Fact. Like you be sitting there like, damn, what's going on, man? Goddamn dude, just chick over here talking about she pregnant, dog. Man, I don't know what to do. You got 3 dudes who are like, hey man, I'm going through the same thing, man. Shit, man, just got the same call last week. Man. From who? I got the same one. You'll sit there. She saying you pregnant. She saying I'm the same thing. Look at this. Now we sitting here trying to figure. Swear to God.
No, not in
we
my
both getting black.
Not in my locker room.
But because it'd be some
but I know some
blackmail type of stuff that they're trying to get as many players as they possibly can. But we be sitting there doing the same thing, man. Parents, man, my mom over there sitting there asking me for this check, man. Damn, they won't let go. Same thing. Wife cheating on you, same thing. Now you sitting there like realizing that you're holding this stuff in, not realizing you got players.
How long did it take y'all both, Brandon, for yourself? How long did it take you to actually get comfortable in the NBA locker room? Obviously, had a different experience than a lot of hoopers going the overseas route, coming back to the league. But when did you feel at ease?
Probably like my second year in the league.
Okay.
I felt like ease in the locker room. Then because after the rookie, like you don't feel you're not on rookie duties or anything. So now you walking around like like I'm in here now. So it was after rookie year.
Did you haze the incoming rookies, or did you use your experience to build and uplift?
We was trying to, and then they was trying to like cut the rookie hazing off, like all that, like after my second year. So I don't know, but we didn't have players like that, so it wasn't, it was strict.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we didn't have no funny people like it didn't get cracking until Steven Jackson got there.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, all you need is one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once Stack Jack got there, then I was like, all right, like.
Well, you just need. I had me, Sean. We had Andre Blatch. We had JaVale McGee. We had Nick Young. Right?
See,
we had about 7. Like when we go into the club, 7. Right, to the mall, whatever. Like it was just we had the same personalities, same fun, and
yeah.
How about the dub?
What? I just got comfortable when I got to LA.
Really?
To be honest.
Really? Wow. And what made LA so comfortable for you?
I just felt wanted there, which is something that I hadn't felt from any team I'd been on before. And not like in a, like they didn't like me or fuck with me type of way. Just like, they just knew I wasn't gonna be there very long. And I felt that. So the first time I felt like wanted and like in a place long term has been in LA. So yeah, so I have like my best friendships and relationships with my teammates here. And then even in Chicago, my best friend Diamond we played in Chicago together. So she was my person in Chicago. But even that locker room, like I just kind of was like, I was cut, brought back. So I was never really like,
hey, Lexi, welcome back.
See you later.
So,
see you in a few weeks.
When that happens, it's
crazy.
How much distrust do you lose in an organization? And obviously you have to come back, but do you even want to come back at that point after feeling like they don't want you?
Yeah, nah. So Chicago, when I got cut the first time, and the second time I got cut was because of like some salary cap stuff. But the first time I got cut, I was like, I'm not going to another team. I will go back to only Chicago because that's where I started, and I knew that they were a contender. But I mentally was very close to just being like, you know what, I'm just going to not play at all this summer. But after that season, I got brought back. Like, I knew I wasn't going back to that team because I was like, nah, I'm good on that. Thanks for the championship, though. But
take that
I'm
ring.
not coming back here.
Give me that.
Your first 2 years, you didn't like sit in the mall for no damn reason?
Yeah, the mall. I used to go out all the time. I used to always try to find something to do.
It's crazy because like what's funny is you have NBA players with millions of dollars in a regular mall, right? And the funny part about it is, think about the time we're at the mall.
Yeah, at 1.
There's
1 o'clock, like
no
1 or
one
2.
there. Our idea of what we're gonna go to the mall and look for is not even realistic. We're going to the mall at 1 o'clock, knowing that every working girl is at work. Students are in class. So the only thing that's gonna be at
for sure.
No, like working girl, people who got jobs, like real working girls.
Okay,
like,
we just wanted to.
No. They're at work, like the doctors or lawyers, anything that has anything sensible in life, they're there. The only girls that's gonna be at the mall, strippers waking up, strippers, right? Looking for an outfit for later on tonight. Right, those type of girls. Back then would have been like the Insta girls, the black men's magazine type girls at the mall shopping. If we got to see them. Other than that, we just in the mall, just sitting there doing nothing. We ain't even shopping like that.
So you go to the mall with no shopping?
With a black card, ain't using it. Just
chilling.
I didn't go shopping until I started going to like Detroit, because Milwaukee we just had a regular mall, but when I got to Detroit, I was always in the mall.
But think about it. Like most of us had a shoe deal. I can't go there and
buy,
slut out Foot Locker. So you sitting in Louis Vuitton the whole time, got every color sitting there like, y'all ain't got nothing new coming in. I thought y'all said it was gonna be here like 2 o'clock. It'll be here in 30 minutes, motherfucker. I ain't got nowhere to go.
I was definitely in Macy's buying a bunch of polo shirts.
Buying a bunch of polo
socks, like just stacking up for the whole year.
Just sitting there spending money because we're just bored. We don't want to go home.
Also, we do have a
It was
free
boring
time.
going home, man.
But
It used to be
people
boring.
don't really like
We have
when people.
a lot of free time.
There's so much, like people think like we have so much free time. It's scary because think about today's world, media. It's everyone has a camera. We practice for the most part an hour and a half a day if we do. So that means most NBA players is done working at 12:30. 12:30, every NBA player is out of the arena. The fact that you can't even get dirt on them lets you know how incognito, how our lifestyle is.
Yeah, our lifestyle.
Right? Because for the most part,
We are not doing anything for most of the day.
playing video games, sitting at home doing nothing.
But we go. So practice starts at 10. Like 10:30, right? 10 or whatever. So we usually get there with 8, 9, some of us. So we in there from 9 to 12.
To 9
like
to 12.
8 to 12. Like by 1 o'clock,
done.
The whole day is done.
day is
Like, we got
over.
the rest of the day.
Day is done. So we want to sit there and have fun, and the rest of the world is
at work.
At work.
At work, yeah. So we go home, ain't nothing to do at home.
And nothing
Take a nap.
Unless you got some homies, but they you tired of them. Like
So it gets to a point where you
like they go get a job. So
would it get to a point
the whole time.
Would you stop going home just because you don't want to deal with the homies that were at your
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm going straight to the mall,
Can't even go
going
to your
shopping.
That's why, that's what I said. When NBA players pick up bad habits, it's not when they're playing. It's when they're done playing. When they're trying to fill up that 8 to 12:30 time in the morning, and that 5 to 7, that 5 to 9, right? So when you wake up and you're supposed to have a game or something, and you don't have nothing to do, that becomes the
I
problem.
mean, that shows how disciplined athletes really are.
For that level, yeah.
So much free time. And you do rarely see athletes in a world of, well, I'm going to talk about basketball players, but.
Getting in trouble, that's what I'm saying, getting in trouble,
real stupid trouble. It doesn't happen. It's discipline.
Think about it. You the most money, you're talking about think about what Tatum and Brown and all these guys, and you have the most money to do whatever you want, and you can't even find these dudes.
You have no idea where they are.
If you took away their Instagram, you wouldn't even know nothing about them. And y'all got cameras where you see them and you can record them, and you still don't see the dudes.
And when you do see them, they're doing some just regular, acting regular, being polite, not starting nothing. So even if you could record them, now you're just being a weirdo.
Yeah, you'd be if you really want to see an athlete, go to Dave and Buster's
That's on God.
On God.
Or
1:30. 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Alley.
Go to the bowling alley. Go to the bowling alley. Go to Dave and Buster's, and I guarantee you see your favorite player there, and y'all be like, "Why the fuck are you here?" Because you're supposed to be at work. When I went to the movie theaters, at
Middle
1.
of the day. Yep.
11 o'clock 1 because no one's here. I got the movie theater by myself.
I do everything in the middle of the day.
Yeah, middle of the day because no one's there.
Appointments.
But that's why I like the timing
everything.
of this show, though. Like, the show reminds me of getting up every
Why you
morning.
think? But why you think I?
Like, you know, like I get up every time I'm on. I'm getting up at like 8:30.
You're getting up, process, get ready to go to practice, leave here, eat lunch, go to sleep. So I don't got to change. I don't have to change nothing about my basketball life because it's all.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I need to be the Stan Van Gundy of this operation. We're going to start laying into you.
Oh shit!
Get y'all guiding where to go. So, Gil, earlier in the show that you said you could beat Rondo and Connect Four, so we got a present for you.
That was fast.
And that's gonna have it. That's how it looked right there. Right there. That's.
Are you about to win?
Arms and everything.
He about to win too.
About to win.
And he about to win.
But it ain't gonna look like that because I would have already had him like.
You don't know.
Huh?
You don't know how that board came about.
Who?
You. I would have had him win.
No, what I'm saying is how I win. I have you stuck 2 spots. So all I'm sitting there is trying to create 2 avenues. Like 2 avenues of winning. So basically, you have to block one, I win one. So I'm always bop.
You always gonna have 2 ways to win.
2 ways to win. So that's how my strategy is. 2 ways.
I would like to
to win.
watch you play tic-tac-toe. You can't cheat that.
Do you know what else has 2 ways to win?
I can't. I
You
can't.
can't cheat tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
You know what else has 2 ways to win? Underdog Fantasy. Woo! You can do pick 'em, you can do best ball. Use promo code GIL. They will match your first deposit up to $100. Now let's move on to our last segment of the day, MostlyFans. So
yes,
our couch can get to the mall or the bowling alley or the movie theater, wherever they want to go, and not have to see regular civilians with day jobs.
I went to the mall yesterday after this, and there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, it's
spring break.
It's spring break. We crazy? You don't go to the mall right now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's spring break right now.
Crazy? Come on, you got to go. Like, if you want to go to the grocery store, you go to. I'm at the grocery store at 7 a.m. Ain't nobody in there. They still putting shit together. I help. Hey, where the fruit at? Hold on, let me go to the back. Here we go.
You get the good fruit.
Said I help. Yeah, 7 a.m. Like, trust me, if you want to see famous people, it's 7 a.m. because no one's there at 7 a.m.
We were at the crib.
That was my, I knew that because back when I was in elementary school, that was the best time to steal.
He's a cheater and a thief.
No, 7 a.m. because, the workers are still putting stuff together. So you can go in there, steal some candy, sell it at school.
Allegedly, we do not condone.
For my future thieves out there. No, you got to give game to everybody. For my future thieves out there. 7 a.m.
We do not condone or support.
7 a.m. The security ain't securing. Cashiers ain't really there. They got one lane open. You know what I mean? They lack a staff. It's usually the older generation. The older generation is there.
Allegedly.
Same thing if you want to be like a street dealer, right? Think about it. The older generation, right? They want to be home with their family during the day. So you want to do all your driving and due diligence around 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Those guys are older. They don't really want to work. They ain't really no activities that late. You 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. type of dealers, y'all got the most aggressive cops on the street. They got that job for that thing. They want to beat heads in at that time. Nah.
Yo, those sound like great hours to read a Bible.
I'm just trying to let you know,
your relationship with the man above.
Understand behavior. See who wants job. Hey, listen, them sensible home, people who want to be home with their family, they want to work the graveyard shift at 5 to 7 so they can be at home, pick their kids up. I study dumb stuff. I'm sorry.
Now let's move on to...
I learn, of course.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to MostlyFans, presented by Underdog Fantasy.
I'm a student of random stuff.
Our first question comes from Underdog user NF Louisville OG. If healthy, can Wemby put up numbers like Wilt, since records always say since Wilt?
No.
Like Wilt,
What about off the court?
No, he's French.
Okay, he's not.
Yeah, like off the court, can he get
like scoring? Like I don't know. The scoring is just
scoring is.
I mean, you have guys that's like they're athletic and tall, exactly like him. Right
Yeah, the
back then, there
competition
was
is
nobody.
We always talk about Wilt's 100-point record being one of the most unbreakable records in sports. Could Wemby potentially be the guy?
If he gets teammates to give him the ball.
If it's one of those things where they're literally saying, all right, we're about to play like an undersized team, and it's like the last 2 games of the season, and say, listen, for the scoring title or something, like they did David Robinson, we're just gonna give you the ball every single time for you to score. Yes,
absolutely.
He can actually do it.
Yeah, with ease too.
Like Jamal Crawford's
just
50,
throw the ball
always
up
came
to the
last
rim.
game of the season. Damn near.
Just throw
Not
the ball
all
up
of
the
them, but
rim.
most of them.
Yeah.
Throw the ball up.
Throw the ball up. Another team don't give a fuck either. Like, we don't.
Hell yeah.
So next question from underdog user Nova Mandrake. So the G League named a female coach of the year. When will the NBA hire its first female coach? And we got to give a shout out to Lindsey Harding, named G League coach of the year in her inaugural season with the Stockton Kings. She became the first black woman head coach in the G League, led the Kings to the league's best record this season, 24 wins, 10 losses.
Oh, wow.
So when will we see our first female head coach in Adam Silver's National Basketball Association?
Never.
I don't know.
Too many egos. Never.
Come on, you act like y'all ain't seen Eddie. Quality movie.
Never, ever, 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 ever.
And not
Eddie was hard.
because of a lack of qualifications either.
Stacey Patton.
Not because of the lack of qualifications.
Legend.
And that's unfortunate, but that's just what it is.
So, I mean, come on. I feel like...
No, we're not. I mean, not because she's not going to be qualified. That's not going to be the issue. The issue is that you're dealing with a whole bunch of dudes
that don't even respect the men head coaches.
It's
what?
ego-driven, and when it comes to just temperament itself, that's the problem. With players, the gender doesn't matter when they're mad. When they're not getting their way, I mean, just think about some of the players, how they talk to coach when the coach put them on the bench and not putting them in. What do you think they're gonna say about her, about a woman? You don't need that in the air. Players coming back from the bench or saying shit from the bench. Yeah.
What's crazy is Eddie came out in '96.
Eddie's a good movie.
I would love to see it, but I don't know. I mean, what she did in the G League, what she did in the G League is amazing, though. Like,
motherfuckers got fired for 30 and 13.
It's true.
They're not respecting the coach at 30 and 13 record. What you?
Yeah. Come over to the W when you ready, girl.
Yeah, just go on to the dub. You know what I mean? Just go and learn.
Like Becky did.
Learn these things with the players in practice and stuff, where it's mild mannered. Really don't get aggressive like that in practice, right? And then use all that knowledge going into the W and improve that game.
Last question is from underdog user Nemlak. Other than Shaq, who was the most dominant player you faced? And Lexi, since you did not face Shaq, who was the most dominant player that you faced? We will start with you first. Who was the most dominant player that you faced?
Most dominant? I mean, are we comparing this dominance to Shaq?
No, just in general for yourself.
Who's the most unstoppable force?
I don't know. Come back. I don't really have an answer for that.
Asia? No.
I wouldn't say unstoppable, but yeah, I think she's the best player in the W right now.
Stewie?
Stewie's up there. I mean, I think JJ also, John Cole Jones is up there. Honestly, maybe Elena Deladon.
Mm-hmm.
Just from a position standpoint, like she's too tall for guards to guard her, but she's too quick for bigs to really guard her. So I mean, I would put EDD up there.
Okay. EDD means something a little different in California for everybody who's between
Elena
jobs right
Deladon.
now. You know,
sorry.
Hit the Vietnamese line. That's my suggestion to you. Got it. Learn the button pattern. Hit the Vietnamese line if you want to actually speak to a representative and get your bread. But other than Shaq, who was the most dominant player you faced?
Other than Shaq, most dominant. Probably Kobe. Probably Kobe or LeBron. And we're talking about the fucking 23-year-old LeBron, right? Like you're looking at, you think he's fast today. What you think we had to face when he was running through that lane, like running through that lane, just like with that speed and that body size. Right, he was he was hurting people when he was coming full speed. So, you know, him, Cole, like with Kobe, it was just no matter what you did, he just had something for every defense. And he was so relentless that it just didn't even matter. Right, so those were the, and for me, it's fortunate that I got to play against all of them. Like when people talking about an era, like I know for some people like the 80s, 90s, that transition was a great era. And I'm like, well, I got to play older Jordan, but shit, he was still nice, right? To get to see that player in the league, and Allen Iverson, a Kobe, a LeBron, right? Got to see the Tim Duncan, the best power forward of all time. And if you want to say the second best power forward, Karl Malone, I was in that. I was with that. And I got to see that too. So you're talking like there was some great. That 2000 became like I don't know if it's gonna go down as the greatest era, but when you're talking about when it comes to positions, top fives in their positions, you know, that 2000 era is gonna have a lot of top five in their position. Only thing they're gonna be missing is the center. Right, the center position won't be gobbled up, and that'll be, you know, taken from the 90s.
So, Brandon, who was the most dominant player that you faced?
Probably LeBron James in Miami that year when he went over there. Just unstoppable. And I think that's when he went back-to-back, right? And yeah, it was just unreal. And then I had to go D Rose MVP year. That was crazy. Like, that was insane. I've never seen a point guard come back that third year and do that.
Yeah.
You know who was unstoppable, but his numbers were okay. They were decent. They wasn't like over the top, but like defensively, you're like, what do we do with him? Dirt. Like if Dirt was selfish, it was no one really. Remember, he's like, how the game is being played today, that was him then in the dinosaur era. So if he really wanted to just sit everybody out there and hit threes, his post up, his fade, like he just wasn't, he always had, which was great. He didn't have a team like Luka. He always had other dogs on the team to, like, he had Steve Nash, he had Finley, you know, Antoine Jameson went over there.
Antoine Walker was over there?
Antoine Walker went. So he had a group of guys that took a lot of his scoring power away from him. You know, but when it came to like mismatches, he was a mismatch.
Always appreciate these conversations.
Bro, I caught Brandon Roy.
I didn't have to guard him, but he was
nice.
He was young, nice.
He was nice. I caught him my rookie year.
I think if Amari in his early age would have learned how to if he had a post-up move and really understood like posting up and being dominant by yourself, he would have been a whole different issue, because he was an issue with Steve Nash, and then once he lost Steve Nash, he had to learn how to be independent. But if he would have learned it early, it would have been oof.
Always appreciate the insight and perspective here on the couch. Thanks, we appreciate you this week. I think this is your last episode of the week. We're going to miss you.
Yeah.
It's the last episode of the week. What are you talking about?
We got one more tomorrow.
Yeah, today's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, sir.
We got to go to the mall after the show with no shopping agenda. Just walk around in circles.
Man, Kmart, man. On vacation, man, enjoying vacation, man. That's crazy, dog.
Got to get him back on the couch, but
back tomorrow.
Oh, he's coming back tomorrow?
Kmart, right?
We got the schedule.
Yeah, me and Kmart tomorrow. Be back on tomorrow.
Yo, you just come downstairs. You don't know what's going on.
He don't know
Monday through Thursday, 11:30. Who here? What we
Clock
doing?
in, clock out.
Yeah, man. I don't come in the basement. I don't come down
God, it's down here. No AC.
I got shit upstairs.
But we appreciate all y'all for tapping in with us for yet another episode of Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoop, 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 whoop. We will see y'all tomorrow.